the hell is running the country says to me, sir, we won't go to war. I talked this world out of a lot of wars with telephone calls. I don't have to send in the troops. One of my most urgent priorities will be to quickly rebuild the readiness and spirit of the United States Armed Forces. And we had it built. We rebuilt it. We rebuilt the whole military, but it was decimated under this group.
Look, here's the problem. Here's the problem. And this might piss some people off, but I'm just going to say it. I wouldn't join the damn military. Join the military for what? I didn't back then. I definitely wouldn't now. To what? Go fight Israel's war? To go fight Iran for Israel? Just like my generation fought Iraq. They didn't fight it for weapons of mass destruction. They didn't fight it for this. They didn't fight it for that. They fought it for Israel. That's the facts. That's the facts, people. That's what it was. We're doing Bibi Netanyahu's bidding. You want to do that? What?
I heard they had oil.
Well, that's a added benefit, I suppose, or whatever. But, I mean, think about it, man. Do you want to go to war for what? Afghanistan? How'd that work out? 20 years? Lots of Americans are deleted, not to mention how many people we deleted to them. And in the end, look what's happening. What's the point? What's the freaking point, right? What? We're going to go to Iraq. We're going to go to Afghanistan. Now we're going to go to Taiwan. Bro, no one's even been to Taiwan or whatever it is. I don't even know, right? Is that what they're talking about? The microchips or whatever? Bro, no one's even been there. Doesn't even exist at this point, right? We can't build whatever they have. I don't care what China does with all these Chinese-looking people. They probably speak Chinese in Thailand, Taiwan, wherever this place is they keep talking about. They're getting us ready for some war. No, I don't want to go to Venezuela and have a war. Bro, I don't care if they want Maduro as their president. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to go fight that war. Poor people, middle-class people going fighting wars for rich people. Please. For who? For all these rich people? Biden didn't serve. He's a draft dodger. Trump didn't serve. He's a draft dodger. That's a fact, whether you like it or not. He said, oh, my feet hurt. I've got shin splints. I don't even know what a shin splint is, and I was a nurse for over 10 years, never seen one. Only kind of splint I know is the thing you put on broken bones. What's a shin splint? Who are you guys? Cynthia, it's me. It's Midlifebrologic. Caucasian Sasquatch and Wizard.
Yeah, it's baby daddy. Come on up.
Yeah, you can come up if you want, or stream it on the Midlifebrologic News Network. You can come on anyone you want to. There you go. Bone spurs. Bro, what's a bone spur? I've looked at thousands of x-rays. Bone spurs, shin splints, flat foot. What kind of excuse do you need? Trump's a draft dodger. Biden's a draft dodger. Come on. And they're going to send us to war? They're going to send you young men to war? Oh, man. Oh, the one time I go off, now Chuck is listening. No, Chuck's going to be mad at me. Chuck is going to be mad at me. Sorry, Chuck. What's up?
Well, let him be mad at me then, because when it goes to the geopolitics, people don't understand. These politicians here in America, everything is pledged to Israel. Your senators take a dual oath to the United States and to Israel both. That's their dual citizenship as a senator.
Candor, let me tell you this right now. You can call me a coward because I never served. You can say this. You can say that. If China lands troops on our freaking soil, bro, I'm gonna call all my Texas buddies and just the militia, the Minutemen are gonna be back in full effect.
Bro,
yeah,
like, there is a big difference between a uniformed foreign army on American soil, bro. It's not going to happen. We're going to be destroyed from within. And it starts with Kamala Harris becoming the president. No, first off, they can't even get here because we are surrounded by the world's biggest moat, the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. Bro, it's not going to happen. I believe in a strong Navy. I believe in these submarines sinking anything that comes even, close. Right? That's a no. That's a no. China is not going to invade America. Russia's not going to invade America. You've watched too much Red Dawn. It's a great movie. Charlie Sheen, Patrick Swayze, Wolverines. I love it, bro. But it's not happening. It's not happening. If someone invades, if a uniformed foreign army invades America, bro, it's on and popping. It's on site. It's on site. These foreign wars. Go ahead. What?
What if they're not wearing uniforms? It would be a really easy way just to kind of wander in all willy-nilly, pick up a few bucks on your way through, stay at the Ramada Inn, and then, go buy you some fake uniforms, put them on. All you need is a red band, dude. That's it. A yellow triangle. I mean, take your pick.
And when it comes to the invasion of the United States by anybody, let alone China, you guys have to understand, United States is the new world order. It is the army of the world.
I don't like that. Like, here's the thing. This is what I think is so funny. We're all concerned about China while simultaneously shipping all of our jobs in manufacturing over to them. Like, why did we let that happen? Why did we not have foresight to see that? Can't we just build our own crap and stop buying it from China? I know things are going to be more expensive, but we did it back in the old days. That's what we're talking about when we say make America great again. Bring back the manufacturing jobs. Let's make iPhones in America. Bro, genius.
Oh, man, bro. You're totally barking up the wrong rabbit hole. You're talking about we did it back in the day, but that was before all of the regulations got put in to prevent there from being manufacturing here. So you can't just do it.
Yeah, thanks to the Trading with the Enemy Act.
Listen, I hope I answered all the questions here. Yeah, if someone invaded us, that's not cool. I'm pretty sure just all these gun nuts in Texas would just take them out just on site. I'm pretty sure. Who is this person? Thanks for watching. Mad 888-888. We still belong to Britain. We still have to answer to the King of England, and we are under the thumb of evil Vatican. I mean, this is an American broadcast. I'm not Canadian. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I have to disagree with that because
I'm not sure what he's saying here.
Yeah, you have to understand the control mechanism is no longer England, Britain, whatever. It is America, the United States, through the Trading with the Enemy Act. Read it. It is literally the beginning of the New World Order. That is what we're facing today, is a New World Order here on American soil as the leader of the world. You think about the UN? That's in New York now. Do your research. It's
Brian, welcome to the show. Yeah. Wizard, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I thought go for it. Finish up, homie.
This is the New World Order. America, United States, not America per se, but United States, the corporate entity. And the New World Order as a corporate entity bypasses capitalism and everything, goes straight to communism. And I'm telling you, it's a world event. New World Order right here in the United States.
Well, I want to start a New World Order. I want to start a New World Order. I want to build the Great Wall of China on our southern border. Let's get those Chinese people. Let's build the wall. Trump 2024. Give it to me. What's up, Sasquatch?
I found out that I was a globalist and I didn't know it.
What made you think that
way? It's like this. I say we want open borders. Let's open the borders. But every border we open is a new state. Manifest Destiny 2. The manifestos.
Oh, the globe is our manifest destiny. I guess, but back then white people were making babies and now we're not. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what.
You seen some of these white women? I mean, am I right?
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of financial pressure to reproducing. Like you got childcare, and most intelligent, high IQ people, they're like, okay, we got to prepare and plan. We got to have enough money. We want to have a good environment, and we promote as a country the dumbest of the dumb. Reproducing basically. They're like,
it's like idiocracy. Well, it looks if that concerns you, it looked as if Kamala wants to extend or do something called a child tax care credit? Is that the answer, Ryan? Maybe.
At this point, look, let's be honest. It's dummies will reproduce still more, even more so. Like that's reality. So the dumbest of the dumb. So there's two things that have reduced the IQ of the average American since about 1960. Child support laws.
I know this. Public school and child support.
Well, child support for sure. And you have a larger percentage of the population. I mean, my brother had 4 kids before he's no longer with us. Okay, he should never have had any kids. Period. Zero, none. Okay, because he wasn't selective in who he had them with, and neglected them and everything else. Like so you have responsible people that are having 2 kids, and you have idiots having 4, like my brother. So unfortunately, this is America. This is how it works now. Smart people got to have kids, or else we're going to be dumber by the year, and we are.
So how do we incentivize smart, educated people? We have to what? Tell women, hey, women,
make it affordable.
Stop being so Stop being so career oriented, right? Make more babies.
You got to. I mean, this is bigger.
We have to exalt motherhood, I guess.
You
how do you do it?
You got to make people pay for kids, right? You definitely have to make people pay for their children, right? Otherwise, they're just going to have 70 of them. I don't think my brother paid a penny of child support before he died. Not a dime, right?
Well, I think
just didn't even care. So
I think that proposition doesn't necessarily go to the cost of living. I think that's what people have been duped on. We have to remember that if you're self-sufficient, you don't depend upon the government to pay for your children. So if you're paying for your own children, then it's unlimited as long as your resources meet the needs of those children. The problem here is that everybody's believing that there's a cost of living as opposed to living naturally within your means.
Yeah. I mean, to some degree, like I think they should change education, like add a year or 2, because either the government can give people money, right? Like families money, which I don't really agree with, or you can just move get the kids in school earlier, maybe when they're 4.
I don't see how putting children in an indoctrination program earlier and letting them stay later is going to do anything but indoctrinate them further. If they're not learning, hold on. If they're not learning useful life skills on the situation we have currently with the setup we have going, and so we abolish the Department of Education, tear down the brass house, and build another one. It'll be just as terrible, just as bad, but at least it won't be the same people.
Right. That's a whole separate issue, right? Like you're talking about the education system's a disaster. I totally agree, but I'm just talking about populations and intelligence here. That's it, right?
Right, and that's what we're talking. And that's what we're talking about. If the American average reading comprehension of an American is 7th or 8th grade, you can't possibly have a good nation. So the thing of putting them in that same education system longer is not going to help. They might attain 9th grade reading comprehension. So the true aspect is really teaching them and not indoctrinating them. What we have today is a system that educates people to remember what was regurgitated and what we're going to regurgitate. In other words, we're teaching our children the past history from 2, 3, 4 decades ago and hoping that in the next 1 or 2 decades that they get into that employment situation, they will understand it enough. And then all of a sudden, now we've got somebody who's working 50 years behind with the new technology and stuff. You can't do that. It's got to be current education of knowledge and not remember something else that's been done in the past.
I have a different proposal and idea. I'd like to, all the productive, good people move to, I think eventually like a city state. We'll have like a city state model where it's low tax, pay your way, work hard, have values, because the United States as we know it is basically, I mean, you saw last night, right? People want that. People think that's how America should be. It was disgusting, frankly.
So
terrible.
what? So you basically want Elysium? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah,
haven't
but
seen
dude,
the-
you have to develop to that point. You can't just say, well, I want to live in paradise and start printing money and expect that to actually work. You end up like Venezuela. You end up going through scarcity, shortages, all kinds of hyper, super, double, triple inflation stuff, and you crash the nation.
Hold
But
on, hold on.
Where we
This is an oldie but a goodie, Ryan. This one's for you.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children and Gary, all our suffering, all our pain. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
Are you
Yeah,
familiar with that one, Ryan?
Yeah, that's a good example.
That's
So this
terrifying.
paying world is-
That's
One
what
more
it's
time,
scary.
one more time, one more
Adam
time.
says it isn't enough.
16 kids.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children
Absolutely.
and Gary, all our suffering, all our pain. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
Somebody needs to
We
be
tried
held
to help them.
accountable
Not
for
her.
all of her kids, and somebody needs to pay.
So who do we hold accountable? So who do we hold accountable? Do we hold the doctor accountable that gave birth, that brought those children into the world? Do we give the
doctor
daddies?
is for her,
I can-
it's not his fault.
I can imagine with 16 babies, she's probably got 16 daddies. So do we hold all of those daddies accountable, or do we hold the one mama accountable?
Listen, and also, like, how does she keep making these kids? Like,
She's
is she
taking
having
on
sex?
Alzheimer's.
She's having sex with the kids, like, in the room, bro. Like, there's 16 kids, and
But no,
this
she's
is
taking
where
on
we are.
Alzheimer's, obviously.
she must be a
and
prostitute, man.
I think this issue started in about
Oh, wait,
2000.
hold on. That's an interesting concept, because if she's a prostitute, that means she got paid for making each one of those kids. So she wants
There's no
someone else to take
accountability.
responsibility for the profession that she chose to go do and the discretion that she took part in and getting paid for doing exactly what she's now complaining about. This is a microcosm of the modern
Yeah,
situation.
that would placate that. If you're going to get paid to bring children into the world, then you better get paid for the lifetime of the children. If you don't want to take that responsibility beyond that.
Look, here's
That's-
the thing. We're pretty much done at this point. You have a huge section of our population that doesn't pay anything into the system. You have people that are going to win, okay, in October, because they got all the powers that be behind them, from Hollywood to, I mean, it's well produced. You saw it. They got rock stars up there. I mean, it's done, okay. But here's the thing. It's easy to be a Democrat. If you want to win, being a Democrat's the easiest thing in the world, right? Because you're just about giving shit away. How do you lose? Oh, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. We're going to give you free. We're going to give you $25,000. They don't mention it's going to drive the housing costs up. It's easy. It's hard to say, hey, we want to be fiscally responsible. It's hard to say, hey, listen, if we raise everybody's taxes, it takes money out of the economy. And then the economy slows down, and then everybody loses their jobs. Like, nobody can, they're too stupid to hear it, right? You can't run on those things. So what happens is the Democrats giving stuff away, making additional promises. They just find a group and make promises. It's free college. Oh, 20-somethings to 30-somethings go, oh, I want that. So the fact that they can do that means they're going to win until they so damage the economy, which they're in the process of doing. So you got to let them crash it. Root for Kamala Harris to win. We're going to go into a recession. She's going to hit everybody with unrealized capital gains taxes. This is going to damage the U.S. Number one. Number two, we're at 35 trillion in debt, and the fourth largest item in our budget is the interest. That's going to get worse because more people are moving into retirement, right? Social Security is going to get bigger. That falters the economy as well. So you have to let them destroy it like Jimmy Carter did. And then the conservatives can show up and go, hey, listen, we gotta put on our big boy pants and pay some of our debt back, and let's get fiscally responsible.
I got to put an end to this. I don't mean to be an agent of chaos or anything, but I got to put an end to this. I can't listen to this regurgitation of corporatocracy. Yeah, and that's what I mean. You've been indoctrinated into believe that you have to operate under the United States corporate entity. Do you understand the election is nothing but a corporate entity?
How's that, sir?
Do you understand the United States is a business? It's a corporate entity, not a government.
I understand that's the largest financial system in the world.
Right. So as a financial system, you're telling people that they have to consume themselves into that financial system. Or do you understand that there's a private business? You can open your doors up and run your own private business. And you don't need another business to tell you how to do so, because you have the right to private contract. So as long as your contracts are done in good faith and they're not harming the people in the communities, and this is what I have a big beef with the federal government going in and closing down these Amish farms and stuff. They have no business doing that. Those people are doing good business, natural business, and the government using their corporate power to go in and shut them down, that's treason.
So you're saying that the Amish can bring the United States government to court and sue them based on that?
No, they wouldn't do that. The Amish don't want nothing to do with the courts. They understand that. And that's the very power that the United States is using against them, as if though they have that authority, and they don't.
I do agree with that. That's true. That is a cudgel that the federal government utilizes against conservative religious communities all over the freaking U.S.
Yeah.
If you're not willing
with
to
the
go
US
to
government doing
test in their own courts that the federal government controls, or even the state courts, which are, less controlled perhaps, you can't. You have no redress of government. That has to be.
Was the government able to force the Amish to put a triangle on the back of their carriage?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. So the U.S. government has sway. They can do what they want.
Sure, but is it right?
No, of course it's not.
Oh, good
right.
girl. At least we can agree on that point.
Listen,
All right, I
I'm
think
not
we've got a
saying
foundation to
anything.
work on now.
I'm giving you a statement of facts. The facts are that the Amish it's not their own country, right? Like tribal lands are tribal lands, but they're still within the U.S. The U.S. is still going to win.
Okay, again, there you go with that. It's not their country. If you understand the perspective that no land belongs to a man. The land shall not be sold forever, for it is mine, and ye are strangers and sojourners with me. And what we have again is the miscomprehension that the United States as a corporate entity owns any kind of land and therefore has authority over it. They don't. In that basic, simple principle, all they have is a license to do business, nothing more. They don't even have rights.
Sir, who has the guns? They have
The Americans.
So the government has some guns, right?
The Americans. The government is a fiction. The Americans have guns.
Okay, so American citizens have guns, but there isn't.
Flow State, Flow State, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. I don't know how it devolved into Amish. Of course, your boy grew up around Amish people, so I know a thing or two about them. Are Amish good or bad? Let's just keep it simple, Flow State.
In my opinion, having experienced a few Amish meals, they are
okay. Go ahead, Flow State. Sorry,
I'm pro Amish. I love Amish roll butter.
No, hey, Flow State's talking over here. The other Flow State, the one with the beard and the accent.
Okay.
No. I think that the Amish. You know what? I always thought they were kind of silly. I've never known any. I thought it was kind of a silly idea until the lockdowns happened, and then I realized that they're pretty fucking based.
Super based.
Absolutely.
So based, they don't even joke. They're not laughing or joking. They are all serious.
Yeah, I just got kicked off. What did I miss? Are Amish good people or bad people, Flo?
They're based.
Okay.
Yeah, he basically said that when he realized, he thought they were nothing to think about, but when we went through the lockdowns, he found out they were super based, and that's absolutely correct. And that's why I even brought them up. If you want to get to the base issue, we have to get to the base issue. Who owns this land? Is it the corporate entities that operate business, or the people that have a necessity of life?
This is some philosophical stuff, bro. I don't know. Maybe tell me the answer. I'm just thinking like Trump 2024, Kamala bad. I'm thinking more simple, but tell me what Wizard, tell me, because I don't know.
Please don't ask him to do that.
Both bad. if you wanna vote for somebody, I hope you understand the term parlay and get to comprehend that in your vote,
Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
right, and
I'm
you're not,
pirate.
and what you're doing is you're not voting for yourself. That's what a parlay usually ends up with. A bunch of pirates deciding who they're going to assign as a leader to determine whether they're going to go to war or not. And if you vote for yourself and you're a peaceful man, the ones that go to war are the ones that want to go to war, not the ones that don't. I'm not in a war. I am based. You take your war and you get it the fuck off this soil.
Do you
All right,
consider
well.
yourself peaceful?
Flow State, you don't want to cam up to Thirst Trap for some chick subs to me,
Sure.
bro?
Absolutely, I do.
Come again, bro, Logic.
I said, don't you want to cam up so you can thirst trap the honeys to sub to my channel, or you're kind of on the move at the
I
moment?
mean, I'm sort of working right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. See if you can thirst trap in your personal life to give me some subs. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks. Shout out to Caucasian Sasquatch. I am Midlifebrologic. I think Sasquatch approves of me, so don't be stingy with the sub button. Come on over. I'm not so bad. Sub to Midlifebrologic.
That's a strong word. I facilitate you. I'm not sure I approve, but I will help.
Fair enough. And shout out to the legend Flow State, the thirst trapping male YouTube Panelverse king of all time, and pounding stuff and more. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so Amish people, good or bad? I guess we'll never know. It seems like Bibi Netanyahu wants us to go to war in Iran. To that, I say no. I don't know. I was going to get back to the Trump speech, unless we need to say
Trump's
something.
all about it. He wants to go to war with Iran.
He does. He
Yes.
does. Do you think he believes it, or he just follows the money? What is it? He's just bought and sold like everyone else, right?
If Trump pulls the trigger on a war, it'll be over before you get the headline that it started.
Yeah, and
He's
he'll
just
do it.
gonna
He'll
blow
do it, and he'll do it with corporate actions.
Whatever the fuck. I don't care how he does it, dude. I ain't the fucking shit.
He's
Well,
gonna
that's
blow
what
it
the
up.
Trading
He's
with
just
the
gonna blow it up.
Enemy Act is. That's what the Trading with the Enemy Act is that I mentioned earlier. He knows how to do those contracts, and he places sanctions on those nations. That's exactly what's going on with Ukraine right now.
Wizard, I was cheering you on when you interrupted Ronaldo, but now I feel like you're taking a mile when I was applauding
Okay.
him.
All right, I'll leave it over.
Candor, if you want to hear the Cash App song, there's a way to get it heard. FYI, can you guess what way?
If you're smart enough, even you can figure it out.
Can you guess how you are guaranteed to hear the Cash App song? I think you know. And shout out to Jamie, the Lego King. What's up, the Spit Cup? Thanks for joining us. CCD in the house. Okay. Peasants pay born. Yes, the poor always die for the
It's
rich for all eternity. It's insane. What's up?
Oh my God. That's awesome. You get the participation trophy, bud. You are the Spit Cup.
As Varun in the house, all the way from India, the famous coffee farmer in India. My bro, thanks for pulling up in any capacity. You're always welcome here. All right. This is great. Wow, this stream's turning great. Finally have all the love and support that I always wanted. I had this empty void of an existence until Sasquatch came up and brought all his friends to the party. Thank you, Sasquatch.
But we're going to abandon you just like your parents did.
God damn it.
Laugh at you and point, and we're going to do it in the daylight and the dark and on camera. And then later we're going to re-review us laughing and pointing at you while we laugh and point at you some more.
Shameful. Shameful you are. How shameful you are. All right, well, let's get back to Trump. He's making a speech, and as I said before, I know I'm one of the older people up here, but the Pope, John Paul Jones, Ryan? Because that's the guy from Led Zeppelin. Was the Pope named John Paul Jones?
It was just John Paul II. You talking about the old Pope?
Yeah. Remember, he famously got shot, and then they invented his car. And when I see Trump's...
Can I point out that Pope was an absolute boss? I mean, he took the bullet. It took several other assassination attempts along the way. It was Pope forever.
That looks more like a porta potty.
It does look
They
like
were the
a
good
porta
old days. They were the
I'm
good
pretty sure I saw that riding around LA in one of those Bang Gang videos.
Whoa, bro, family show. No, my parents are not Amish. I'm not Amish, but the supermarket I grew up around actually had a hitch. That's what it's called, a hitch to tie your Amish buggy up, and they would park or hitch their Amish buggies up at, it was called IGA, Grocery Market or something back then. And they're around there. And when I go to my demolition derbies back in the hometown I come from, you got to go like past the Amish area, and you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful because you got to pass those buggies. It's a whole thing.
You don't want to hit somebody's horse, and you don't want to spook nobody's horse either. That's bad mojo. It's bad luck.
But they know their horses, and it's fun in the wintertime here in Iowa. They don't go down hills on sleds. They just hook one up to a horse. They got one kid getting on the horse and the other's getting the sled, and they just go down them ditches, man.
You live a very interesting life there, Pero.
Yeah, the Amish, you know, I didn't have any Amish friends. We didn't really hang out. Like sometimes we interact with them, but I don't know what's going on. I know there was some show.
I don't think they hang out of community.
You know what's more based in Amish horse sledding, though, is non-Amish Jeep sledding. If you close a towel in the hatch of a Jeep and then sit on a trash can lid and put your feet on the bumper and hold on, that's real sledding.
Yeah, we call that hooky bobbing here in Iowa.
There it is.
I thought I invented that shit.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you? This is why this panel looks like idiocracy. The brain damage.
Listen, here's the problem. Let's get back on track, people. Obama came out of hiding last night, Michelle and Barack, and they whipped it out and they dropped a bomb. They're looking strong. They're looking powerful. They brought the heat. It looks like they're going to win. So just get ready. Who's Uncle Sam? Is that?
I know not of what you speak.
I don't know who this is in the back, but you're going to have to cam up or let me know who you are. You're going to have to use a secret password.
Yeah, I'm ready for any debate. I'm ready for any debate.
You want some bait? How about words?
All right, here we go. Let's listen to Trump. This is today. And let's not forget that J.D. Vance made a lackluster speech before this. He kind of reminded me of a comedian who was just bombing, right? It wasn't funny. It wasn't anything. I don't know who Uncle Sam is, so you're going to have to cam up, bro.
Goggles, brand new, right out of the box. You know, they didn't fight at night because they never had goggles, right? Good fighters. They never.
Uncle Sam, welcome to the stage. It's a pleasure and honor to have you here today, sir. I think Kamala's going to win. Obama is Black Jesus, and he was resurrected last night, and the power was strong. If I wasn't one of the droids they were looking for, I might have fallen for the trap. What do you got to say about all that?
Whatever happens, I win, and you all lose.
There it is. Let me put you next to Ryan because you guys are on the same black pill nonsense. Honestly, you guys both want Kamala to win. No, you do. You said you want to accelerate the downfall so we can kind of reconstruct. That's
what I'm saying.
Did you get to see Dennis in space?
I saw his
That's not what I said.
usual avatar. No, I never saw his face. Okay, Ryan. I'm sorry. Tell me what you feel here, Ryan.
All right, here's the deal. I don't want to topple the government. What I'm saying is the Democrats give away and give away and give away until eventually they destroy the economy and the conservatives show up and fix the economy. And that's what we need right now. And that's not going to happen as long as we're still relatively okay. Real wages are down. In other words, wages relative to inflation are down on average, but we're not damaged enough yet. So they just have to damage the economy more, and they will through their giveaway programs, and then the conservatives can recover it. We're just not there yet. That's all.
Okay, well, I think you and Dennison have similar kind of feelings. Dennison is ready for a complete and total collapse. It sounds like you think we have to just mess things up a little bit before they get better. So
how am I at the top of this list? I mean, I literally produce a show called The Blast Radius about the fall of the Pax Americana.
Conservatives repairing the economy is retard juice.
How's that, Dennison? Explain that to me.
Nobody repairs the economy. The cycle is intentional. They sweep up all the assets and they fuck the middle class and they chisel it away. They push more people into the poor and they elevate themselves into the ultra rich, and that's how it's supposed to go. That's the plan.
2019, it was a little better than it is now under the Democrats.
The issue with your plan is that economic impacts trail behind the actions that cause them by a significant amount of time sometimes, which
Not
is
only
what
that, but the president doesn't set an economic policy.
The Democrats in Congress decided to pass the American Rescue Plan, and inflation ticked up the following month and continued to tick up throughout the balance of the year, up to 9%.
Inflation is good for me, sir.
But see,
Well-
yeah, and see, interest rates and inflation and stuff, that's not regulated by legislation. That's done by the bankers, folks.
The Federal Reserve is a separate entity to the U.S. government and fiscal policy. It's called monetary policy. So I understand that.
The
I don't
Amish
know.
are my pets.
Look, I don't understand what any of you are saying, but let me listen to someone who I can understand. Let me listen to someone who speaks to the people. I know he's a liar most of the time, but sometimes he tells the truth. And let's listen to Daddy. Daddy is speaking. This is almost live. Let's go.
Sasquatch is awesome.
Goggles, all left by the
That's full
by the
squatch.
Biden-Harris administration. Gave them billions and billions of dollars, just gave it to them, and now they sell that equipment because they don't need 700,000 rifles. They need 20,000. Little difference. They don't need 70,000 vehicles. They need 500 vehicles. You have to ask yourself, who bought all that stuff in the first place? Who bought it all? How disgusted we're all when we see, all of us are, when we see 3 days ago when we viewed their parade, our military equipment running down the middle of their main avenue.
Right.
Brand new, beautiful, armor-plated trucks, tanks, and vehicles running down the middle, and they're all celebrating.
Helicopters, too.
Because we have stupid people running our government, and she'll be worse than Biden because he wasn't really a believer, but she's a radical left believer. She ruined San Francisco. She ruined California. And if she gets in, our country doesn't have a chance. This calamity is on Comrade Kamala Harris's shoulders. I think her name will be Comrade because I think that's the most accurate name. You know, I've been looking for a name. People are saying, sir, don't do it. You know all my names. They've all worked. They've all been very successful. And I really
Government
didn't find one with
spending is
her.
like a dick in a box.
Sir, she's a woman. I said, so is Hillary Clinton. I called her Crooked Hillary. So nobody complained about that, right? Right?
You're muted.
People
Mr.
call
Governor,
that a
nobody
win.
complained about that. No, I called her Crooked Hillary. I call people names. I call crazy Nancy Pelosi crazy because she is. She's nuts. You know, Biden is really angry. You know, he's very angry. He was so angry the other night. He's like seething. You ever see a guy make a speech? It's such anger and so uncomfortable, just shouting. But he's terrible. He's just terrible. Should have never been there. We all know that. Should have never been there. What they've done to this country is incredible. But she bragged that she would be the last person in the room, and she was. She was the last person in the room with Biden when the two of them decided to pull the troops out of Afghanistan. And by the way, pulling them out was absolutely right. I was going to do it. I'm the one that got the soldiers down to 5,000 people. I was going to do it, but we were going to get out last. You don't pull the soldiers out first. You let the soldiers stay last. And the head of the Taliban respected me, Abdul. I had conversations with him. After my conversations, not one soldier in 18 months was killed, but you pull the soldiers out last. Milley and these guys, you know, we have great generals, but Milley and Mattis and these guys, they didn't know what I call them television generals. The television generals are no good, but the generals that defeated ISIS for me were great. We have a great military, but she had the final vote. She had the final say, and she was all for it. You take the soldiers out. If I took that young person right there, about 5 or 6 years old, beautiful young person, and if I said, I gave little details, like about 30 seconds worth of details. Would you take the military out first or last? Sure, I'd take the military out last. But they took it out first. And then we left hostages. We left all of the equipment. We left everything. And we left Bagram. And now China is occupying Bagram. Bagram being...
Yeah, again, Biden just told his generals to get out. I really don't see how Trump's going to do a better job. It's not like Trump is some dictator pretending to have some military strategy. You just listen to your generals, and that's how it is. It wouldn't have gone any different. That's my opinion. It's just all bluster. It's all this. It's all that. I can see through it. The true Trump fanatics, they can't.
One point to bring up on that. They could have put every one of those soldiers in something and drove something back. That's all I'm saying. They have plenty of oil, plenty of gas, plenty of equipment, and most everybody can drive. Budden, let's get the fuck out of here. But no.
I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying?
It was the equipment left behind that was the primary stumbling block to the execution of the pullout.
Yeah, but was that a stumble? I think it was the deliberate arming of the 6th largest army in the world.
Exactly. This will allow us to get rid of a whole bunch of old munitions and repopulate with new munitions. This is just that whole thing. You're right.
Oh, it's that whole thing. Let's give Ukraine all of our old weapons. Oh, look, we gave them all away. Now we need to build more, and Raytheon needs $10 trillion more. It makes sense.
That's exactly what will happen if Trump gets elected.
So you don't think Ukraine is about China's food supply in any way in their invasion of Taiwan?
The whole thing is about encircling China and Russia. Absolutely. China more so.
Well, China gets their food from us, Brazil, and Ukraine. So if we hold Ukraine, they can't invade Taiwan.
Wait, China doesn't make its own food? We export food to China? Is that true?
Look it up. You get food from
export almost everything we make, some amount of it to China, because American goods are cheeky and,
if we control
expensive.
Their food, they're done. They can't make a move on Taiwan, and we need their chips. So that's why we need Ukraine.
What kind of chips are these? These potato chips?
We need to move that shit back to Mexico.
Well,
we should annex Mexico.
Once we complete the U.S. chip factory,
correct.
Once we complete the U.S. chip factory, we'll have 5% of the chips in the world, and Taiwan Semiconductor has the other 90%.
Don't be silly. You know that thing's going to experience a horrendous fire before it goes active.
Well, it's already not. It's already delayed. The construction delays are tremendous, so it's already behind schedule. So, and the whole EV industry, we don't have any graphite. They have all the graphite. You can't make batteries without graphite. China just put a 91% tariff on graphite. They control the entire thing.
All right. Hold on, bud. You're not streaming to your channel, are you?
Who, me?
No, him. Ronaldo or whatever.
Ryan, no.
He doesn't have a channel. He's just a pure fan.
Right. See, you are boring as hell. Play Trump.
Thank you.
All these facts.
All these facts are boring. Ryan, I love you. Thank you.
How dare you, sir? Ryan is a treasure.
We had a horrible day where we lost so many, and so many were so badly hurt. Arms, legs gone.
Is Ryan drinking a brewski?
Obliterated. We lost so many.
I don't know.
Great people that day. Nobody talks about the people that were so badly injured. They never mention them. I always mention them. All over the world, our adversaries knew that America was not to be trifled with when I was your commander-in-chief. And it's very interesting. If you look at Hungary, very strong country, very strong leader, Viktor Orban, he said the only thing that's going to save the whole world is Trump has to be president again. We had no problems. He said, we had no problems. I don't use the term, but he did. He said, China was afraid of him. Russia was afraid of him. They always said, oh, I was so friendly to Russia. I'm the one that stopped the Russian pipeline called Nord Stream 2. The biggest development they ever had to feed oil all over Europe. I stopped it. And then Biden comes in and he gives them everything. He gave them the pipeline. They built the pipeline, but I stopped it. Putin said, that's the worst thing that's ever happened to us. I said, I'm sorry, I have to do it. And he approves it right away. And then they say, Trump was not strong on Russia. I think they got it wrong. Putin actually said, if you weren't strong, I'd like to find out how bad would you be if you were strong, because you were brutal. But, I got along with him. It's good to get along with these countries. I got along with China. That wouldn't have happened. What's happening right now, they're planning an attack on Taiwan. There's no question about that. That wouldn't have happened. It wasn't going to happen. They knew that you weren't allowed to do that. Putin would have never gone into Ukraine.
What's up, Michael Frakes?
Israel would have never been attacked. It's a sad, sad situation. So many people are dead. So many.
Look at this comment. Here we go. Vaughn, let's talk about this, right? I praise Kamala Harris, right? I don't like her. I don't like her, but she looks good. She's gaining strength. She dresses perfectly. She's got a good resume, minus the fact that she slept her way to the top. And these are the facts. These are the facts. So what? Putin is a great leader. I wish Putin was my president. He's out there making the hard decisions and willing to fight for his own people. That's awesome. I wish we had a guy like Putin as president. Just because you praise someone doesn't, so what? You can admire someone's strengths even if they are your adversary. I'm out of my mind. Thanks, Moose. How am I out of my mind? How am I out of my mind? Putin is a great leader. He's a great leader for his people. Yes. They love him. They love him, Vaughn. You don't want to admit, well, you think people hate Putin? They don't. They don't. He's securing his border. Why do you think he's securing Ukraine? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because Napoleon came in and wreaked havoc in Russia a couple.
Here.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So Napoleon went through that little country and invaded Russia, and he wreaked havoc, right? Waterloo or whatever. Ever hear of that? Let's not forget Kaiser Wilhelm, the Empire of Germany, right? Guess what happened in World War I? Oh, they invaded, they fought, they had trouble in Ukraine. And then the Romanovs got deleted. And then Lenin came and it started communism. And what do you think happened in World War II? Oh, I don't know. 20 years after the Empire of Germany attacked, little mustache man came blasting through. That didn't go well either. And you think he's going to sit around and let NATO breathe down its neck? You think I'd let the Warsaw Pact breathe down my neck in Mexico? No, we'd attack, and I'd be for it. That's what's up. Just because you recognize your quote-unquote adversary's strength doesn't mean you're like, oh, it's totally cool.
What have you been reading, Barney?
Just because you admit that they're good doesn't mean you're totally on board.
Yeah,
you have to see. You have to see. You have to study your. And then I don't want to use the term enemy because Russia is not my enemy, right? Russia is not my enemy. I don't know why we just don't team up. We'd have a freaking man on Mars by now if we could team up. Don't leave out Alexander the Great. I'm not. Ever since that movie came out, I lost all interest in Alexander the Great. That lousy movie.
You're correct, Barney. You're correct, by the way, Barney.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So,
just because they're smarter strategically doesn't mean you agree, and I certainly don't agree. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's this thing where, don't say anything good about someone, or that means you're for them. No, like, bro, can we have some intellectual curiosity, some intellectual honesty from time to time? And even Trump, man, Trump. Yes, I'm voting for Trump, but he's a disgrace. He doesn't have any dick discipline. He's out here having sex with Stormy Daniels when his hot, fine-ass wife is pregnant. Bro.
I'm voting for Trump, but he's talking about Afghanistan, and the voters don't care about that anymore. That's reality.
Facts. Well, we just want to erase that from our memory.
The Democrats are having a rock concert because that's sadly, that's reality. Sadly.
Yeah, and I don't know what the deal is with it, but I gather that some people think that if Trump gets into office here, the issue in Afghanistan is that he's going to go to war. That would kind of oppose what he did the last time he was in office. I mean, the same situation was there.
Bro, I don't think
he's far less dictatorial than Biden is. And with all the stuff that Biden's done, with the overreaching government.
Now, to be honest, Biden had no idea what he was doing. He was just signing the things they put in front of him. So cut him some slack, bro.
That's kind of true.
It's not like he's
get along with Russia.
Biden doesn't know what planet he's on. Okay.
Well, yeah, Trump knows how to read.
Yeah.
and hold on, listen, and Vaughn, I'm not a cuck for Putin, bro. I can talk, and let's talk about Obama. Bro, I don't want Obama to be the president. I don't want him to be as awesome as he is, but he was so awesome last night.
If he would run on a Republican platform, I might vote for his ass. He is very charismatic.
Obama is so strong. He's a freaking rock star. The DNC, the committee convention is so strong. It's so powerful. It's so well produced.
Go Team Purple. Go Team Purple. Go Team Purple.
Look,
it doesn't mean I'm going to vote for the Dems. Obama's got his nuts all over my chin, Vaughn. After last night, bro, Obama is so strong and powerful. He hasn't gained 1 ounce of fat. He's gained 2 pounds of muscle. He looks lean. He looks good. His black don't crack. Bro, if he could just be on Trump's side, that was a guaranteed victory. Just because I admit my adversary is strong or has a good quality doesn't mean that their nuts are on my chin. But some people like you, Vaughn, Thanks for showing up. I'll just leave it at that. I do appreciate your support and your ongoing and continued support, but I'm not selling out. I'm going to tell the truth here, or at least as close to the truth as I can get. Let's get back to Trump. Did anyone want to add anything before I do? Here we go.
Go Team Purple.
On so many cities, you look at Ukraine, those cities are just wiped off the face of the earth. They're outside of Kiev and a couple of others have basically just flattened. Far more people dead than they let you know. It's like,
yeah, Chuck, I admit I don't like Obama. I don't like what he did. Some of the things I like. I like that he exported all these people, the deporter in chief. Yeah, it's not export, it's deport, excuse me. Right?
That's the same.
Yeah, Trump, Obama's kind of a nasty dude. He just looks good when he's doing it, but I can admit it. Yeah, okay, I voted for Obama the first time he ran. It's only because I thought of Sarah Palin being a president, and it made me have a seizure. So I couldn't have that.
I mean, policy-wise, he would be alt-right compared to Kamala. Okay, he's that far. She's that far left. She's that far left.
Facts. All right, let's get to it. Let's see if Trump, and the facts are, it doesn't matter who's going to be the president. Really, not much is going to change. Maybe Kamala will start World War III. That's a possibility. Then the whole world will change. So there's that. There is that. It's possible. We could just all be annihilated through nuclear war. And I think the odds of that happening are more under Kamala. So that's what's up.
like your numbers that were released fraudulently today. Far more people dead in that war than anybody would know. When those big buildings come tumbling down, hit with rockets, so ridiculous. There's nothing left. It's so ridiculous. But since the Afghanistan catastrophe, it's been open season on America and our allies. I really believe that the Afghan disaster, what happened, the stupidity and the way we pulled out and the bedlam and all of that, it would have been very smooth. We were going to get out with strength and dignity. But when Putin saw that, he said, wow, those people don't know what they're doing. They're overrated. And he went in, and same thing happened with Iran. Iran was not going to play with us. And now Iran is a rich nation. They have $300 billion. They had no money. And in 3.5 years, they made $300 billion they have right now. They made it all in 3.5 years. They had none when I left. And we would have made a fair deal with them.
Look, I got Calvin. Welcome to the show. Thanks for showing up. I have to address some of these comments are very triggering. Like, I like the comments that say I'm stupid, I'm like idiocracy, I'm ugly. Like, those are cool. I can rock with those. But sometimes I just have to stop the show. Calvin, guess what? Last time I checked, we're not Europe, right? And Europe, FYI, has been killing each other, inventing weapons of war, slitting each other's throats for all eternity. As soon as they came out of the caves, they started killing each other with sticks and rocks. And it's never going to stop. And how we, as Americans, the people are like, you Europeans are nuts. We're out. We're out. We don't like how you do things. We're leaving. We're going to find something better. We're going to do it better over here. And we did. We did it better. The fact that we're still tied up in NATO. You're lucky I'm not the president of back in. You're lucky I'm not Woodrow Wilson. We would have never gone to World War I, right? You're lucky I'm not FDR. We would have never went to World War II. How is Europe our freaking problem? No, thank you. Let them figure it out. I don't care. I don't care about them. You know, if you want to sell me something, you want to sell me some brie cheese from France, right? If you got some tea and crumpets from England or whatever, or India, bro, do you want to make a trade deal? I'm down. You guys figure it out. Whoever's in charge, okay, let's have a market. Let's trade. But I'm not going to sit there and send Americans to die on foreign soil. Oh, my freaking God. Don't care. Not our problem. No thanks. I don't want to be the police force of the world. How do we end up in this mess? I know how we end up in this mess, but I don't like it.
We won the war. We won World War II. That's how we ended up. We won.
Yeah, Trading with the Enemy Act. You spoke precisely. 1917, World War I, Trading with the Enemy Act. That is the involvement of the United States. 1945, the ending of World War II, and now all of a sudden they're using that Trading with the Enemy Act during times of peace domestically because they have no other war they can use it for. The UN, like I said, is now on American soil, and that's what's directing the war through the Trading with the Enemy Act. Now they get involved with those foreign wars through corporate contracting. If Trump comes in and dismisses the UN, guess who has the strongest corporate contracts in the world? United States. They can and will protect their own borders. He can't. It's very, very good feasible process to go ahead and say, okay, since the rest of you union members want to act like little children, we're out.
NATO strengthened under Trump.
Yep.
The whole point Calvin makes is moot.
Say that again, Dennison.
NATO strengthened under Trump.
Did it?
Yes, absolutely. He threatened them all into paying into it more than in, I don't know, decades.
He told them specifically he was tired of the United States people putting in their effort and their domestic product and everything, and a larger portion being put from the gross domestic product to the postal pool for the UN than the other nations. So now that's when he threatened to step back from it. And then they redid their contracts and made sure that they reapportioned their payments to keep current.
They're still behind, by the way. Many countries.
Listen, NATO is stronger under Trump, independently strong. Sure, yeah. It's about time because, bro, it's
they
insane.
need to pay their fair share.
Think about this. The United States pays most of the funds going into that thing. What happens when they step out? Again, same thing. The United States is the powerhouse. The United States is the new world order.
Funds. There's more to it than that. The United States provides a whole bunch of the equipment, a whole bunch of the logistics, a whole bunch of the communications, a whole bunch of the technology, a whole bunch of the expertise to operate that technology.
Yeah, why do you think
the Gibbs?
Yeah, why do you think it's all U.S. military bases around the world? How come it's not Canadian military bases? How come it's not European military bases? How come it's not Australian military bases?
Hold on, I have to defend
those all are supported by the United States military.
It's not a war crime until the Canadians do it.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on war crimes. Yeah, don't even get me started on war crimes. We invent all these rules. I'm just going off a tangent. We're not supposed to use cluster bombs. We're not supposed to, and then we have to use them because it's Ukraine. We start all these quote unquote rules of war,
Calvin,
and the losers are all the lose. Go ahead, Brian.
No, address Calvin, please. You made it.
I don't know why you have to be dishonest, Calvin. I really don't, but it seems like it's a thing to you. NATO is stronger under Trump and now.
I do.
So they passed that law. They passed the law because he threatened to pull out of NATO if they didn't pay the money that they should have paid because U.S. citizens are sick of paying the money for all these.
That law so people like Calvin could type it into YouTube chats. It doesn't even mean anything. It's utter bullshit.
It forced their hand, so
it's unconstitutional anyway. The president has authority over treaties.
Well, the point is, he got them to pay more money, and they are paying more money, especially now that Putin did his thing. They're all starting to contribute. So maybe we can afford healthcare like Europe and free college like the Great European.
And just like any government,
start subsidizing our medication.
And just like any government being despotic and the people having the ability to throw that off, the president, under that same authority of the people, has the authority to throw any corporate contract off. And that's exactly what NATO is. It's a charter, again, for corporate activity. Nothing more.
Well, yeah, again, NATO, whatever, bro. Europe and all that stuff. I just wish it wasn't our problem. I just wish we could somehow extricate ourselves from this strange situation we find ourselves in. But anyways, let's get back to Daddy Trump. If you're not subscribed to Midlifebrologic, bro, what are you waiting for? Come on over wherever you're watching, please. Midlifebrologic and hit me up. I got to get my numbers up. What'd you say, Sasquatch?
We have cookies over here.
We have tea and crumpets and cookies. Look at it. This is the last bastion for straight white males, except for lol. I was going to make a joke. Never mind. But yeah, let's go.
You can't have a nuclear weapon. Very simple. You can't have a nuclear weapon. Other than that, we want you to have great lives. But I do hear they're after me. But, that's the way it is. Look, I'm here for you. And I'm here even for the world. We want to stop world wars because the equipment is so devastating now.
What's up, Professor?
Obliteration. We can't have a world war. Every dictator, tyrant, and terrorist on the planet knows that they can get away with murder under Kamala and Crooked Joe. Kidnappers are getting millions and millions of dollars, but now they're getting billions. They're getting billions. What did you get for the 4 people that we released? Sir, they got $6 billion. What is $6 billion? Does anyone know what that means? $6 billion. They got $6 billion. People get
That might be
kidnapped
the
in
dumbest
the
thing I've
afterlife.
seen
How
in the
about
chat today.
$1,000? How about
What's that? Trump is better than Kamala?
That Trump is not. The reason why your numbers aren't going to grow is because you're supporting Trump on your channel.
Oh, I saw that. I wasn't going to stop and address it, but well, I'm not. It's not a grift.
It's not growing. It's not growing.
Yeah.
His 50 to 60 subscribers a day is nothing. That's nothing. It just hasn't happened. Your lying eyes are deceiving you. He's clearly
Absolutely. Yeah, not 1 inch. I think he's getting shorter. I think he's getting shorter, Squatch.
Regardless of what's happening, it has nothing to do with support for Trump, would be my point. Trump is popular. He's even popular to hate.
Yeah. So, and shout out to Calvin, Trump hater.
That's facts.
I
Thanks for
will
being
tell
here,
you
my
one
dude.
thing. Because I'm operating on YouTube, I never hashtag anything Trump, and I usually don't put it in titles. And the ones that I put it in titles on die. I'm not joking. It might be coincidence. I'm not saying there's anything going on there. I'm just saying my Trump titled things don't do well. The things where I allude to Trump being there or something do.
Wait, is this a joke or are you being funny or are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious. If I don't know about you, maybe you'll have different results. I don't know. But when I hashtag Trump into anything, it's a death sentence to that video, it seems. I don't do it. I avoid it like the plague.
That's something to consider. All right, the next Trump speech, I'm going to call it, I don't know. Come up with the title for me, people.
Hey, let's try anti-Kamala. On the next one, let's try anti-Kamala.
No,
and
just
see
put
where it goes.
Kamala into it. Just put Kamala.
Yeah, I want to get both sides though.
We'll see. We'll see.
$1 billion from these idiots? And you know what happens when that happens? A lot of people
Trump is done.
because they say we're dealing with stupid people. A lot of people.
You wound
But
that person
we had
up,
59
Squatch.
people that were hostage. Some in
Here's
North
what
Korea.
I
That's
do.
about as tough as it gets.
So we got
Got
somebody
people
on
out without
stage.
paying for anything. We'd never give money. We didn't want to give money. If we gave money, all they do is they go around kidnapping everybody. These people give. Not only do they give $6 billion, they got the Prince of Death out. He's the #1 arms merchant in the world. Russia got him as part of one of the deals. The #1 arms merchant in the world. And we got a couple of people. But you know, why were they there? And why did they do what they did?
What
They
does
got
Trump
some of
title
the most
black person mean?
criminal, the toughest, meanest criminals anywhere in the world on.
I think he wants me to title the next video when Trump is. I think this what this means is instead of writing the Trump title, just type the title as black person, and it's probably a good idea, honestly.
Yeah, you'd probably get more views, but it wouldn't be good ones. There wouldn't be quality reviews.
We're run by very stupid people. I'd like to use a different word. I'd like to use a much more sophisticated word, but there's no word I can think of. Incompetent. How about incompetent?
He's not sophisticated enough to think of a word better than stupid.
Peace
Lol.
in Europe has been shattered by
Well, I'm going to quote him from that.
land war since the fall of Nazi Germany. This is the largest war there's been, and this war is going to escalate and escalate. When, if, but when. I have to always say if, you know, because they cheat. I would say when if they didn't cheat, but they cheat. That's the one thing they're great at cheating.
What's up, Pat Woman?
If we
Thank
win,
you.
What's
Yeah.
up, Pat Woman? Welcome
I'll
in
get
for
it
the
over.
Mean Green Machine. You're the only soul survivor over there.
Pack Woman. We're going international today because we got Pack. Oh, we got Professor Max in Mexico, but we're going pan. What are these things called? Pan continental. Is that even a word?
You just
Transcontinental.
admitted it is now.
We're going transcontinental with Pack Woman here, all the way from Aussie Thank you so
No,
much. For
I'd rather
pulling
be
up.
pan. I'm not doing anything trans. I'm sorry, dude. You get
Got
lost
you.
with that one.
That's what you should put in the title. Trans.
You're right.
Trans-
Mr. Wilson.
Kamala Harris. No, trans Kamala Harris black person.
Trans Kamala Toe.
I'll probably get 1,000. I'll probably get 1,000 billion subs. You're right. Mr. Wilson, if you don't support Trump, you're a girly man. If you don't sub to Midlifebrologic, you're a trans girly man. What are you waiting for? Sub to Midlifebrologic
Wait.
or you're a girly man.
Wouldn't a trans girly man be a man?
don't
I know I'm
Uh,
such a midlife
unless-
bro logic, but I do not support Trump.
Unless they call themselves a woman and then they're a real woman. And if you don't believe them, you're a bigot and a
So I am-
transphobe. You are.
I'm a girly man.
Okay. Well,
Two.
hey.
As well as a bigot, apparently.
Well, but you're sub to Midlifebrologic, so that's like your security
Immunity.
blanket. Yes, your immunity charm.
He gets my man card back.
Yes, man card is put.
Hell yeah.
Dirty Dog is a trans girly man. Sub to Midlifebrologic, you people. Come on.
Yeah,
This
Dirty Dog.
president's
Sub to
elect. I'll get that more
Midlifebrologic and get
stuff.
cure your trans.
With Russia. Yeah, we'll get that stopped. Ukraine and Russia, we're going to get it stopped and quickly. It'll be done before I get to office. It would not have happened if I was president. It wasn't going to happen in the Middle East. The Jewish people have suffered the worst atrocities and deadliest attacks since the Holocaust. There's no question about that. The United States has been forced to abandon more embassies under Comrade Kamala than at any time in our history. We're running out. It's not like we're leaving. We're being run out of these embassies that cost us hundreds of millions of dollars to build. You got to see these embassies in the middle of nowhere in a country you've never even heard of. They spent $900 million to build an embassy. The whole thing is
Bill Clinton.
crazy. The world is on fire, and Kamala.
What country did they build an embassy? What is he even talking about?
At the brink of
Israel.
World War III. That's what we're in. I think, General, you would probably agree. You're one of the experts, I would think, right? I don't even talk to you about that lately. It's so out of control.
That's too fast.
I just say, look, take a look. But one of the great experts.
The Empress, he's already at 1.25.
That's why this November Americans are going to tell Kamala Harris, that we've had
Comrade
enough.
Kamala.
We can't
Kamala
take it
Harris.
anymore. You're doing a terrible job. Comrade Harris,
You're fired.
Get out of here. You're fired.
Yes.
You're no good. You're fired. Get him out of here.
I'm going to be like kind
All you
of
have to do is take a look at San
surprised
Francisco.
if this
Look at
works.
the job she did. She had one policy. If you
What
steal less
worked?
than $1,000,
his campaign.
I don't think it's going to work. I think you got to get ready for Kamala.
basically $950 to be exact. I want to be accurate.
Go
for
Team
purposes of
Purple.
reporters. The fake news media, they want accuracy. They don't have to be accurate, but we have to be accurate. But if you steal less than $950, they basically leave you alone. So I have guys going in robbing stores with a calculator. Let's see, this is $100. Did you notice? This is not going to happen in North Carolina, I don't think, is it?
I feel like we've listened to this already.
Let's see, that's $100. That's $59. Bing, 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 bing. Stop,
Yeah, because
stop,
it's
stop.
the
We don't
same
want to go
speech over
overnight.
and over
They
again.
walk out with it. Nobody does a thing.
That
Starting
it
the
is.
moment I lift my hand from the Bible after taking the oath of office, I will move to restore America to maximum strength and return the world to peace. We're going to return the world to peace. And mostly I can do it with a telephone call. You know, we don't have to send troops. I can do it with a telephone call. You go to war with another country that's friendly to us or even not friendly to us. You're not going to do business in the United States, and we're going to charge you 100% tariffs. And all of a sudden, the president or prime minister or dictator or whoever the hell is running the country says to me, sir, we won't go to war. I talked this world out of a lot of wars with telephone calls. I don't have to send in the troops. One of my most urgent priorities will be to quickly rebuild the readiness and spirit of the United States Armed Forces. And we had it built. We rebuilt it. We rebuilt the whole military, but it was decimated under this group of stupid people. You know, we had so much, when I came in, we had no ammunition. You know that? Remember? I used to talk about it. And I said, if it's true, which it was, why would you say that? We had people on television. Well, the United States has no ammunition. You know, some things you just keep to yourself, right? Do you remember I used to, from North Carolina, do you remember I used to talk about that all the time? Those are my best witnesses, those ladies.
The Empress, no te vayas. No vamos a ver nuestro presidente. Se llamo Daddy Trump.
You know how I can tell the Empress is a real woman? She has a period.
No vamos a regresar. No vamos a regresar para otro presidente. Se llama Presidente Daddy Trump. Si se puede tener el mejor presidente del mundo una otra vez. That's what's up, girl. That's what's up.
See,
There's about 40 of them. They're all over the place. And they're always perfectly coiffed and perfectly dressed. They're beautiful and they're great. But no, I used to talk all the time. If you have no bullets, I can ask this group of leaders, you don't talk about it, but you get the bullets really fast, right? So within a
Trans
year, I had
women
so
have
much that our warehouses
periods.
were stocked to the gills. We never had so much. I bought so much.
Come on, get along with the
We
joke.
built our military.
It's nothing personal.
It's been all
You did. You're the
dissipated
one who
now,
typed
because
it.
we give
I
away to
didn't.
everybody. And for nothing. I mean, they don't do anything for us. We don't get anything. We don't even get a pledge that we'll pay you back someday if we have the money. How about that? pay you
Thank
back
you, Mr.
someday.
Wilson. Don't be a girly man.
If we have the money, I sponsor athletes sometimes. If I see somebody that I like in sports, I sponsor.
My bussy does not
golfers. Usually
menstruate.
doesn't typically work out. I don't know if you know. It's like a 5,000 to 1 shot. But I'm good.
Don't bully me, you sexist.
And I'll give them a few $1,000s. I'll give them $50,000. I'll say, you're really good. You could make it. Why aren't you trying out for the tour? Sir, I have no money.
Man, D-Hampers, you need to chill, bro.
No, don't chill, D-Hampers.
Holy shit.
Here's $50,000.
No, I mean for their own health, I'm saying. Like,
calm down. It's okay.
Calm the fuck down. It's not even real. The election's not even real. What's wrong with you? You think this shit is real, dog?
That's not all. They're on YouTube freaking out like this. So that's like even less real. That's less real than Saturday morning cartoons, man.
I'm out.
Diablos, ya te dijo, no te vayas. Porque necesitamos más mujeres aquí.
Yes, we need more women here. Don't leave.
Sígame aquí. Sígame on el panel.
Even though that's Calvin's sock account, but okay.
Okay, nos vamos a tener un junto.
I got Squatch. Got him. Got him.
I'm not real.
How did you know?
If you do well, you pay me back with no interest. Just good luck. If you don't do well, which you probably won't, because it's very hard, they say the worst is a boxer. If you sponsor a boxer,
what are you talking about? Lonely. I'm with my boys here.
And then they turn professional.
We're watching Trump.
And this goes with
we got Brewskis. Brian's here.
How am I a tough guy? What am I acting like a tough guy? Loser maybe. Loser maybe.
Yeah, loser for sure.
We're all losers, clearly.
Yeah, definitely. Same.
Look at me. There's no way I'm a weeder.
But
tough guys? Where does that come from?
Yeah. What do you?
I'm a damn loser, and y'all know it.
There it is. The Hempress.
Squatch maybe is a tough guy.
What is this?
How
am I racist?
Well, I'm definitely racist, so there's that. She's got me.
A lot of them seem to think this.
Hey, listen, Dennis, and just wearing a dress wearing a dress and being racy doesn't mean you're racist, okay?
Whoa. Jokes. I'm racist. Yo soy racista. Dígame en español. ¿Se puede hablar español o no? Dígame. Nos vamos a hablar juntos en este canal. Aquí está el link.
I'm also a failed American.
Anyways,
there's
I don't know if it's racist, but let's get to it. She's mad. She's triggered.
I even tried being an American and failed miserably.
I told you, Barney. I told you, jokes, man. You've got to be real careful with the jokes because a lot of people don't get it, especially when you get clever with it. And that's what happened. I got real clever. This is a case in point. This is why I say don't do that.
It's the hat. Maybe it's the hat. Listen, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say that Trump, it's a shame that this is the best we have? It is. It's a shame that we have a president that has no dick discipline and he's out here having sex with a porn star when his wife, who is beautiful, is pregnant. Bro, that's horrible. That's gross. This is not the kind of leader
the worst thing about him. Who cares about that shit?
You're actually singing his praises over here as far as the crew you got over here.
Okay.
For the motherfucker.
Do I want a president who was a draft dodger during Vietnam, bone splints, shin splints, flat foot, all these excuses not to go serve in Vietnam because he had money?
You just say there's no way you'd serve in the armed forces today. There's no way you'd join because it'd just be stupid.
What? Me? No, Vietnam's a different era, bro. I mean, there was a draft back then, right? There was a draft, and it was crazy. Poor people got drafted, but if you went to college, it's like, oh, I'm going to college. My life is more important than yours.
I get a deferment.
Therefore, I don't have to go to Vietnam and get deleted. Like, bro, insane. Yes. Totally insane. And
the rich always win.
Yeah, he didn't go because his bones hurt, his feet hurt, or something. Like,
his bones hurt.
Yeah, he had a bone spur. Wow, I don't even know what a bone spur is. You have no clue what
it's a very serious medical condition, sir. How dare you?
The Empress, I wish you would come up and tell me how stupid and big of a loser I am, and I'll give you the floor, and I'll be nice to you. I'll roll it.
Bro, you be real careful with that shit.
Oh, do you know her?
No, I'm just saying triggered. Think about it.
It's like a you can't invite a vampire into your home or something. It's like that.
It's just the whammies.
Kinda. It's just you put yourself in a position where if you don't bring them up because they're playing some German scat stuff backstage, you're the asshole. And if you do bring them up and post some German scat stuff, then you lose your channel. So they win, you lose, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, is German make it worse or better? Isn't 2 Girls 1 Cup Brazilian? That's just kind of sorry. I'm trying to run a family show. Bone spurs are no joke. Yes, they are. They're effing joke. It's just so funny that Trump has bone spurs. And look, he's like 78. He dances and he skis in Aspen. Stop it.
He skis my ass. He skis.
No, he did. He used to. Because he famous. There's it's like
Can you imagine Trump drunk? You imagine sitting down to like a couple of pints of rum with Trump. What would happen?
Well, he doesn't drink because his brother was a raging alcoholic that died, allegedly.
Can you imagine once the loose lips start sinking ships where that would go? I bet you get some amazing stories out of him, though.
Honestly, I don't think me personally, it doesn't seem like a fun guy to hang out with, right? He's just his ego, and not to sound like the great South, but his ego would get in the way, and he just couldn't have a real conversation with him.
Hold on. I hear what you're saying, but I deal with YouTubers every day. You can get around the ego if you're just willing to suck yours down a little bit. Just get over that shit. That's not even a real thing. That's all in your head. You just get over that shit and move on.
Look at this. Look, people are mad that I'm saying the truth. Trump was a freaking draft dodger. Like, are we really going to sit here and pretend he's not? Biden was a freaking draft dodger. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. I get it. Okay, maybe you have a bone spur open mindset. I'm sorry. They probably are painful. But do you really think why is it that all these rich, people during the Vietnam draft all of a sudden are suffering from bone spurs? Give me a break. Give me a break.
Right. Bone spurs happen all the time. Bone spurs happen all the time. It's a natural element of calcium levels and deficiencies and everything. And the point here is that some of them are painful, but only in certain places, such as in the joints. If you have an open bone spur on the surface of your shin where it's not pushing against anything but your skin, there's no pain, none at all. So yes, while they can be right, well, and that's because it cuts through the surface of the skin because it's raised above that bone. But again, that's only at a certain point. Whereas you have certain bone spurs that are like right in the joint, and they're constantly being pressurized, relieved, pressurized, relieved every time you move that joint. That can be painful, but most generally, 99% of them aren't.
Listen, dude, bro, I care he's a draft dodger because he's talking tough. He's going to send these young people to who knows what war, right? If you're in charge of sending people to die and you're a draft dodger yourself, no thanks, man. I care that he's a draft dodger. It bothers me. It bothers me, right? Yes, I'm voting for him, but the fact that you don't want to admit the obvious truth that he is a freaking draft dodger. And this is not, hold on, today is not like it was in Vietnam. I don't know if you're familiar with of course, I wasn't alive back then. America pulled out of Vietnam in 1973, FYI, and then it fell in 75. Of course, famously, the Saigon picture and all this and that. But it's just admit the truth. Trump isn't perfect. He's way better than Kamala, but he's a draft dodger. And that's a fact. Miss me with this bone spurs. And just like Joe Namath. I don't even watch football, but he was a legendary New York Jets quarterback. He was like the whatever of his day. He got drafted. He's a freaking NFL quarterback, and he got a medical exemption. Oh, my knees hurt. I can't go to Vietnam because my knees hurt because I play football. Bro, you're in the NFL. Your knees are good enough for the NFL. They're not good enough for Vietnam. Another draft dodger. No, I never served. You can call me a coward. But if I got a draft letter and that's a good point, right? If I got drafted to go to China to fight a war over there, shit, I might go to Canada, quite frankly, because I don't believe in that war either. Go ahead. Who wants to talk? Anybody?
I'd like to say something, Denizen. Like, I don't care that he dodged the draft or whatever. My problem is the draft. My problem is I can't dodge it. Right? Like when he says he gets away with not paying his taxes, good. I'm glad. When he gets away with dodging the draft, good. He should. I don't hate him for any of these things. I think it makes him a better president. I just think I should be able to do it too.
Listen, let's shout out to Menstrual Flow State. Brologic is the only MAGA guy who also has Menstrual Flow State. It's not TDS.
TDS.
He's a draft dodger. Like I don't know how much you read about Vietnam or what, you know, the whole draft during the war. This is, and I'm not, you know, people just pick and choose what they want to read about
porn stars too.
So I don't know how much you've read about
Stormy
this.
Daniels looks like a man.
Well, Stormy Daniels on occasion looks decent, but I need to talk to
She's built like a linebacker.
I mean, she doesn't look like this, right, Sophia Loren? But listen, menstrual flow state. Yeah. Sorry. One more time. There it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. He's a draft dodger, man. And I don't mind. Like, people can draft dodge or whatever. They don't want to go to Vietnam to die, bro. I get it. You know, I get it. But don't turn around and talk tough. Don't turn around and send people to war for stupid wars, right? That's the problem. It's one thing to be a draft dodger, but it's a whole nother thing to be a draft dodger and talk tough and pretend like you're this and that. Please, pretend like you're what?
Well, he did get shot at. He got shot at. He got winged, and then he stood up and said, "Fight, fight, fight!" Pumped his fist in the air with blood running down his face.
Made a great commercial.
America! And the flag was upside down in distress over his head.
Right.
While the whammons
carried
in this monkey, the whammons.
If I was going to invent an AI picture of some trash like this is what it would look like. But that's not an AI picture. That's real.
Yeah, and is that a women's the one right in front? Is that a whammons one right in the front?
That's a whammons.
Yeah, the one.
Okay, so I guess he allegedly got shot in the ear, which honestly I don't believe. I really think it was I think he got shot at. I think it wasn't a bullet. I think like the glass from the thing, the teleprompter.
Does it matter?
So does him getting allegedly shot in whammons? You're spelling it wrong, Dirty Dog. It's whammons.
Here's the difference.
Spelling it wrong. That's the proper spelling.
The difference is whether him directly taking the bullet or the guy missing matters. Like, homie misses a little bit, got his ear, or he misses completely and he got the teleprompter. Either way, it cut him. He bled, the picture was taken, the scene was set. Does the detail of where the bullet hit actually freaking matter? Either way, it was a failed attempt. So why does it matter?
Hold on, can you say that again? Sorry, someone texted me. I was a dickhead.
What seems to matter to you is how much the guy missed, right? Because if he missed and clipped his ear, then homie took a bullet for us, right? But I don't believe it that way either. If dude missed and hit the prompter and it cut his ear, we still got the pictures, we still got the scene, we still got the whole set, right? So why does it matter whether it was the physical bullet or a piece of glass from the prompter or the guy missed a little or a lot? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me, but it matters that it sounds more gangster to be like, I took a bullet to the ear.
Sure.
But to me, someone who is just like,
don't want me to sound gangster, is it?
I want him to tell the truth. You know, being shot at is good enough, right? Okay. It still doesn't change the fact that you're a draft dodger, or does it? Oh, we forgive you for being a draft dodger, Trump. Now send 18-year-old Marines to China because, oh, what a great idea. Because we need microchips or something. Like, no, bro. No. So let's get back to
you. You like that a lot, didn't you?
Let's get back to Daddy Trump. Yeah, the details matter if Trump is lying about the details. Yeah, I don't know what the full story is in that, but I Is it possible it was a bullet that grazed his ear just by a sea hair? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but bro, I don't know.
Just don't
Listen, Calvin is a Democrat voter, a Biden voter, trying to talk about lying about the details. I mean, go to bed.
Which is insane.
It's your nap time. Get a juicy box.
And Calvin, this one goes out for you. Let's just, Calvin, you're going to like this. So you're going to thumb me up. If you didn't, if you thumb me down, you're going to change it after this. Let's not forget, Trump called John McCain, a coward or something. He's like, what did he say? He said, I like soldiers who don't get caught.
Yeah, I like soldiers that don't get caught.
Dude is like flying over Vietnam, dodging Russian supplied surface-to-air missiles and guns and bullets, dropping bombs on, let's just call them America's enemy. He gets blown out of the sky, miraculously survives, parachutes down. I think he like breaks his legs during the landing or fall. And it's like, bro, you can say what you want about John McCain. You could say he's a warmonger. You could say picking Sarah Palin was the obvious stupidest thing that anyone has ever done politically. You could say a lot of horrible things. You could say some good things like he married the heiress of Heinz Ketchup, which is true. But the one thing you can't say about McCain, bro, he is an American hero. He's an American icon. And that's not even up for debate. It's not even up for debate. And his father was a senator. He could have been like George Bush. I want to fly in the National Guard, another draft dodger. I don't want to go to Vietnam. He wanted the smoke, and he got the smoke. And he was in like the Hanoi Hilton for like a couple years. Oh, my God. He is such a hero. He is such a hero. That doesn't mean that I think he should have been president, but he is a hero, and that's a fact.
You look like
Kerry married Heinz? Oh, thank you, Dirty Dog.
Yeah.
No, but
I was just saying it was Kerry that married the Heinz gal, but
McCain married a rich woman too. Who did he marry?
Yeah, a different one.
Hold on, now we need to know.
And then he cheated on her, I think, right? With the hottie.
Oh, I don't know. Cindy McCain. Let's see. She looks like she's. Is this her? American diplomat. What? The World Food. She's an ambassador. What is all this stuff? Isn't she rich? I don't know. If someone knows, I know she married someone rich. Either way. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, that's foreign service. That's foreign service stuff.
I don't know. You speak like a mindless shill when you speak. Well, thanks for being honest, Michael. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate your honesty. Sometimes it hurts. Truth hurts. But I have to take that, and maybe I can get back.
Take a link. Here, let me put the link.
Yeah, sorry, I'm such a mindless shill. I'm looking for the truth. I'm looking for the truth. What? John McCain is an American hero. You want to argue that? I'm ready. And I voted for Obama the first time because he picked Sarah Palin. What an idiot! But you're not going to sit up here.
A DEI pick.
You are not going to sit up here and tell me that John McCain is not a freaking hero, bro. If you're flying a plane over hostile territory. I mean, bro, respect. If you get blown out of the sky, survive, parachute down, break your legs, and go to like a prisoner of war for years, eating like a half a bowl of rice every other day, and rat feces to survive, bro, hero.
The rat feces was for flavor. Now, don't get it twisted.
Okay, got it.
I thought it was for immunity.
Okay. Well, I think. Okay. Thank God. I got something right. Thank you, Michael. Whew. Okay. Good. Good. Because I'll die on that hill. I mean, I have to stand up for people I don't even like on this damn show. I don't want to die on the John McCain hill.
I don't believe the shit that they tell me. And didn't he and his father have something to do with that USS Liberty incident? That was his dad had something to do with that, wasn't it?
Bro, let's not even go there. Maybe when boots are on the ground in Israel, which will be soon if Kamala wins, we can talk about the USS Liberty. But until then, let's get back to Daddy. I'm really getting off on the track. I'm getting my panties in a knot, honestly, because some of these comments are just. Why don't I criticize the Democrats? Are you even listening? Are you even listening? Just like select. Let me do it right now. Kamala Harris is where she is today because she is an attractive woman, because I know who Willie Brown is, because her path to success is turn 29, be more or less attractive and sexy, just
More or less.
have no morals, have sex with a man who is powerful and more than twice my age and married, ascend the political landscape through sexual favors. Should I keep going? Should I keep going?
She would.
They keep talking. Lol. Hold on. Hold on. That deserves some claps. There you go. Should I keep going? Project 2025 has nothing to do with Trump. It's just a political wish list by the Heritage Foundation for conservatives that doesn't even include anything new. And the Dems are out here acting like they're going to resurrect the Klan and get Kunta Kinte back picking cotton. And they keep lying. The DNC, they constantly lie.
Shit.
Trump. They say that the whole bloodbath thing. Yeah, Trump said bloodbath. Trump said the car industry will have a bloodbath. And Biden's up here acting like he's talking about a war in America, bloodbath. They lie so much. Trump lies most of the time and occasionally tells the truth. Kamala Harris lies 110% of the time. Is that enough for you? Are you listening? Do you see my hat? I'm voting for Trump. Okay,
Go
but
Team Purple.
admitting that your guy isn't perfect doesn't mean you're not going to vote for Trump. It just means you're not drinking the Kool-Aid. Do you even know where that expression comes from? It comes from John Jones. Look it up. Look up. Jim Jones. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Here we go.
Sorry, I'm just pedantic.
I appreciate
Drinking
it.
cool.
Zatiochi, welcome to the show. Zatiochi, this is a family show. No smoking allowed, bro. Let me know when you're done, or if you can keep it off stage. There you go, my dude.
Is that a TOS thing?
It's me trying
It's
to go
AdSense.
mainstream. I'm trying to get mainstream. I want to get full,
AdSense terms. It's beyond terms of service.
Yeah, just move your head off to the side when you need to smoke, my dude. Love the glasses. Voice sounds great. Mustache is looking super masculine. There's a lot of girly men up here, so thanks for bringing the masculinity for the ladies. What do you think about what's going on here?
You'll never have a chance.
Are you drinking the Trump Kool-Aid? Just go for it, bro. Let me hear it.
Well, I'm a huge Kamala fan. I think she did a lot of good when she put those fucking potheads away and, and made them do labor for the state of California for free. I think she's a good-looking woman. Hopefully, if I vote for her, she might, give me a chance. And, I'm joking.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. I mean, either way, it's fine. Yeah, she is going to bring the downfall of America, possibly the world. She might start World War III, but that's what's up. I'm going to start Daddy Trump's speech again here, unless you got something else. Everyone good? Let's go.
UFC, run by Dana White, one of the greats of all time.
The greats of all time.
For boxing, but it's the same thing, and people sponsor people, and they get what they get. But the worst is that.
Look at this. The women agree. Zatiochi, since you came up, there you go. Starstruck. Lawyer chick. There it is. So thank you so much, lawyer chick. What else do we have here? Pack woman in the house. I think we only got 2 women watching. Don't you girls have any friends? Call all the ladies. Tell them Zatiochi's camming up when he's not smoking. Let's go.
Do you know that 30% of fucking Democrats think that Trump faked his assassination attempt?
I don't know where you get your numbers from, but
that is Elric of Melnibone.
Doesn't surprise you, does it?
Whoa! Who said that?
That is Elric of Melnibone.
Yeah.
The White Wolf. Which one is it specifically? Is it Weird?
Weird of the White Wolf. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
I am amazed that you know that. Thank you, sir, for knowing that.
Squatch knows everything.
I don't know.
You read those books, yeah?
Oh, we got Rebecca here. We got more women. Thank God.
I grew
I
up.
don't know what you guys are talking about, but if it's not about Trump,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and no cussing, please. No cussing. It's a family show.
Up.
Shut the goodness gracious up. Shut the
I'm
front.
just saying that's a very niche topic. Go ahead, Barn.
Go to the dining room.
What's wrong?
Put your pants on.
Oh, hold on. Actually, the man who hates me, and I only get one thing right, that John McCain is an American hero. He is. Although he's a fool for picking Sarah Palin. What an idiot. I feel like he got some kind of virus in Vietnam when he was being an American hero. And someone convinced him to pick Sarah Palin. What a joke. What a joke. You know, Hillary's got a body count, and I'm not talking about the sexual one, right? And it appears that if we found out, and if this is going to go down like JFK, right? This is going to go down like JFK. That guy, whatever his name was, is like our modern day Lee Harvey Oswald. And I don't know what's what. They tried to lock him up. They tried to take all his money. None of that worked. And they just went for a more direct approach. And if that's the truth, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, the Dems, I'll be honest with you.
I don't know. I think you're aiming pretty high trying to equate Crooks with
just like that shooter did.
I mean, Harvey, nice one. I like that. See what you did. Harvey actually went to Cuba. He went to Russia. This guy went to like the FBI headquarters and had shooting practice. I don't understand why this is the thing, but the video's out there.
I'm just saying, yeah, and I'm not like this JFK assassination expert. So that's like a whole rabbit hole that we don't have time for right now. And probably
to the left.
Yeah, if we start talking about it, next thing you know, flat earthers are going to start showing up and tell me
wizard cams up.
So
well, yeah, I wanted to mention the simple fact that the average man like myself gets a gun, and the FBI would never come in and teach me how to shoot. Okay. That is not something they do.
All right, stop, bro. This is not this. Okay, sorry. I drew a comparison.
Remember that part where
I was just trying to say. The only
no, you didn't.
Sorry, I gotta let you cool off with the conspiracy. All right, now you're back. I got love for you. You know that. But the only comparison I really want to draw is they're still talking about JFK now, and like that's like what 60 years ago, right? In 60 years, they're going to be talking about this Trump thing, maybe. And in the end, maybe we never know. But what I noticed, the people that say it was fake, I would say it's like 80% of POCs say it's like fake. I don't know what it is. Like the POCs, they like that.
I doubt there'll be any record that it ever happened because that shit's going dark ages the first chance they get.
Bro, who knows?
What is?
Hopefully I live long enough to know. Maybe they'll let me on. Maybe I'll be some great journalist in 50 years and still be alive, and I can be like, I remember the day when Donald Trump got shot in the ear.
Bullet. Donald the Bullet Dodger Trump.
Where were
promised
you?
to declassify that JFK stuff, and he didn't.
And he didn't.
Yeah, say it, Zatiak. I was on the tip of my tongue. Cam up and say it, Zatiak. Cam up and say what I was going to say. Say it. Cam up.
I forgot what I just said.
You know, all the old timers, they're like, all the old timers, they say the same thing. We all remember where we were when we heard when he got shot. I remember where I was when Trump got shot. And it's the truth.
Yeah. Well, where were you, though?
I was at my first band gig with that band that I was in that I quit afterwards. And I had a great gig. It was a great time.
You play in a band? What do you play?
I play the guitar.
Really?
He does this thing like he's humping the back of it when he really gets into it. I think it's hilarious. It's kind of cute.
If someone gives me a super chat, I'll play the super chat song, and that's actually me playing guitar. FYI.
I'm a bass player, and we should collaborate.
All right, well, hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on Gmail. I'm in Baltimore. That's what's up.
Oh, okay.
I don't want this to digress to a musical.
I play the skin flute.
Yeah, I play that too.
Let's collab.
I hear Dennis is the best at the skin flute.
Who'd you hear that from?
It's when he poked the hole.
Flow state, menstrual flow state told you that?
The balls?
I cup them and everything.
All right, this is a family show. We're getting off track. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, everyone is getting
family show, but
everyone's getting a timeout. We're having fun. We're gonna cover this stuff, and we're gonna have an after party, right? And you know what happens at the after party? It's gonna be like an R. Kelly style after party, but not here. And whoever wants the after party will go. All right, everyone's back. Everyone, calm down.
God damn it, Barney!
We're getting.
I
off
was just
track.
about to climax.
No, okay, there. You have a little timeout too. You have a little timeout. There we go. Let's get back into Daddy Trump. Daddy Trump, save us from this evil threat that is Kamala Harris.
Hey, doctor, please.
He's at 1.25 speed.
It is very hot here. I notice. It's very hot. And a lot of the people waited for days to get here, so I understand it. Take your time, doctor. Take your time. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a super chat, dude, bro. Look, I just gave you a wrench. Drop the link. Give me the super chat. I'll play it. Go ahead. I went once, Patty. $10 Monday through Thursday. It's right down the street from where I live.
Yeah. Take your time, please.
I think I'll go again before the end of the season.
the only thing that bothers me about Trump is when he does that little dance and it looks like he's jerking two guys off at the same time. That's what I'm talking
That's the dance I got loaded up backstage, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you got one loaded up? Thank you. Don't play it
Do
unless
not
I get a
come.
super chat.
Do not come.
Do not come. I'm gonna come.
I'm
All right,
gonna come.
Okay, stop. It's
I
family
just quoted
show.
the president.
Oh, here it is. Okay, here we can hear me playing guitar. This is me. It's kind of like a funky wah wah in the background. You can hear it, and then we'll play the Trump dance. Right there it was. I hope you liked it. It's kind of
I do
background.
like it. It's
Kind of
funny.
in your pocket.
It's
All right,
fun.
is this you,
Yeah.
Sasquatch?
Yeah, I like that twang.
Yeah.
Is
That
this the
was
dance?
awesome.
No. What is this? I thought you had the dance loaded up. Do you have the dance loaded up or not, Sasquatch?
Yes, it's right there. All you gotta do is push the button like one of them space monkeys.
This ain't it. I don't know what you're talking about. Where is it?
No, that's the other one. The other one, not that one. That's yours. That's the one you're sharing. That's
This
the
is
one
the
I'm
dance?
sharing.
Is
Them
it
dancing.
YMCA music?
That's the one.
It
It's
is,
copyrighted
yeah.
music, sure. That's the one. Here we go.
He's going on the room, man.
What is he doing?
He's
Look
Look at him
two-faced.
twist.
Look at him.
He's going around the room.
Oh, there it is. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
I'm crazy.
He's jerk. No, I'm not going to say it again, but you
Yeah,
know.
don't say
He's
it.
like doing it in a circle.
And there you go. Several Trump dances, all of them terrible.
Play it one more time. Make sure he gets
No.
his $1.99 worth, please, Sasquatch, if you don't mind.
All of them fucking awesome.
Or is that me? Oh, that's me. Where are you at? Here you go.
I removed it.
All right, here you go. This is for you, dude, bro. I hope you got your $1.99 worth. Da, 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 da. I like that dance. It's like hand dance.
There's something wrong with that.
You would
No.
like that dance. You're just the type.
Did you see it?
Wow. He was really going to town on that big one.
Oh, hey now.
Oh, no. Now that was above the shoulder line.
That was the salt shaker.
All right, enough of that. I hope you liked it. I like it. I remember that he famously danced with Melania when he got inaugurated, which was just so weird. But it was what it was. What? Oh,
I would dance with Melania.
Stop it.
$6 billion.
Oh, Jesus.
People get kidnapped, and they ask for like, how about $1,000? How about 500? They got $6 billion. Stand it. Take your time, doctor. Take your time. Thank you.
What is this?
Third of the United States Armed Forces, and we had it built. We rebuilt it. We rebuilt the whole military, but it was decimated under this group of stupid people. We had so much when I came in. We had no ammunition. Did you know that? Remember, I used to talk about it. And I said, if it's true, which it was, why would you say that? We had people on television. Well, the United States has no ammunition. You know, some things you just keep to yourself, right? Do you remember I used to, from North Carolina, do you remember I used to talk about that all the time? Those are my best witnesses, those ladies. There's about 40 of them. They're all over the place. And they're always perfectly coiffed and perfectly dressed. They're beautiful and they're great. But no, I used to talk all the time. If you have no bullets, I can ask this group of leaders, you don't talk about it, but you get the bullets really fast, right? So within a year, I had so much that our warehouses were stocked to the gills. We never had so much. I bought so much, missiles, everything. I rebuilt our military, but that's been all dissipated now again because we give it away to everybody and for nothing. I mean, they don't do anything for us. We don't get anything. We don't even get a pledge that we'll pay you back someday if we have the money. How about that? Pay you back someday if we have the money. You know, I sponsor athletes sometimes. If I see somebody that I like in sports, I sponsor some golfers. Usually doesn't typically work out. I don't know if you know, it's like a 5,000 to 1 shot, but I'm good at that stuff and I can see talent.
You know what just occurred to me?
A few thousand.
What's that?
Like randomly watching one of these boring fucking rallies, he could get shot at again.
Well, he's in the Pope Mobile. Didn't you see this?
Well, I see he's got like this plexiglass around him or some shit.
Well, this is why it's significant, because this is his first outdoor speech since the shooting. Yeah. And
that just occurred to me.
You should you got to watch from the start, bro. I keep you abreast of the situation. We've talked about it. We've compared it to the Pope Mobile. I'm considering making a meme. Maybe it'll go viral. Putting Trump inside the Pope Mobile. What do you guys think? Maybe. Yes, it looks like a mobile toilet with glass on the side. Strange.
What I want to know is why do they always shoot the good guy, like who seems like he might do something? Why do they always, why don't they shoot Kamala for being incompetent?
Because it's all
whoa, don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
All part of the plan.
They want to finish him because he doesn't want to give money to. I'm going to blame the military-industrial complex. I'm going to put it on that. Because he doesn't want to expand the wars. He doesn't want to spend all the money in NATO. He doesn't want to spend all the money in Ukraine. Go ahead.
Like paid crooks to do what it is that he tried to do and failed.
There it is.
There was some kind of collaboration there between the perpetrators and the perpetrees. Perpetrees.
Perpetrees. I love that word. It's something crazy is going on, and I'm not sure what it is.
Perpetrated.
The perpetrated.
Thank you.
$1,000. I'll give him $50,000. I'll say, you're really good. You could make it. Why aren't you trying out for the tour? Sir, I have no money. I have to give lessons. I have no money. He said, you're too good to give lessons. You can be a tour player. I said, I don't have any money. I said, here's $50,000. And here's the deal. If you do well, you pay me back with no interest. Good luck. If you don't do well, which you probably won't.
Trump, this has nothing to do with anything, bro. Like, stick to the point. I don't care about your hedging your bets or whatever on who's going to be the next Tiger Woods. Bro, in case you haven't noticed, Obama just made a speech and obliterated you in your campaign. How are you going to rebuild from that, right? Right now, you're like Hiroshima after they dropped the bomb. This is how you rebuild? Where's your Marshall Plan at, bro? We need something to fix Germany. You're destroyed.
Well, have you been on this website?
I haven't, but I'll go check.
It's very hard.
Let's see.
They say the worst is a boxer. If you sponsor a boxer, they're all great. They're winning all their fights. And then they turn professional and they go in. And this goes with the UFC, run by Dana White, one of the greats of all time, which has really taken over for boxing. But it's the same thing. And people sponsor people and they get what they get. But the worst is that.
What did Obama say? It's not what he said. He said all the usual stuff, but he said it like no one else can, Michael. And I know you don't like it, but the truth is the truth. He came in like a rock star. He blasted out like an hour speech after his wife, Michelle Obama, gave a great introduction speech. She knows how to speak in public.
I hear you.
She's not as good as Barack. But what did he say? He was a rock star, and the Dems were losing their minds. Men were crying. Women were throwing panties at them. Husbands and fathers were saying, Obama, please have sex with my wife and daughter at the same time if you want. I mean, it was like that. This was Black Jesus, and it was the resurrection. It was like Easter because we haven't seen Obama for a long time.
Yeah,
and he came out of nowhere. Go ahead. What's up?
You haven't seen Obama for a long time. It was like putting an old shoe on that you haven't worn in a while. It felt good because it was nostalgic. But Trump's been out there giving a speech every day, sometimes twice a day for what, a month? You know the man has to be exhausted. Can you tell? I can't. He appears to be chipper and on upbeat, and but you turn around and you look at Obama. This is the first speech he's given in what, 6 years, 5, like full on just him doing the thing. Come on.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You can say what you want. Is there a thing called absence makes the heart grow fonder? Yes. Is there a thing called oversaturation of market? Yes, there is. But when you're Obama, when you're just so good at it, when you look so good, he's not fat like Trump. He's lean. He's mean. His black don't crack, man. He looked good and he sounded good saying it, and it was inspirational. I was just like,
Obama or Trump. Which one would you choose?
What's the question?
To clean my pool.
If you could meet Obama or Trump, just meet
Obama
or Trump, which would you choose?
Again, well, we just had this conversation earlier. I don't think Trump would be fun to hang out with because he's just this big egomaniac. Right. It's not fun. And he wouldn't just kick back and be like, Obama seems cool.
But Trump's going to bring hamburgers.
Dude, Obama's going to bring like Wagyu freaking beef.
Trump's going to call you when major shit happens in your life.
He's what?
He's going to call you when major shit happens in your life. He'll remember your name even. He'll call you and be like, yo, Barney, I heard about this and that and the other. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 Donald Trump.
Vote for me in November.
All right, hold on.
And just real quick here, I dropped a link in the back. It's another video on dancing. It does have the YMCA music, so you might want to do it on mute, but it's excellent, brother.
All right, well, I'll play it if I get another $5 super chat. That's what's up.
There you
go. Here we go. Calvin, again, selectively listening. Wait a minute. Didn't Midlife argue Trump strengthens NATO? Actually, Dennison did. And when I thought about it, I kind of agreed with him in the fact that Trump strengthens NATO in that he said, hey, Europe, you better get your own NATO gains up, bro. You're looking weak. Do you even lift? So by that measure, yes.
Yep.
Because he warned them, you better buy your own tanks. You better put your own army in. And so that, yes, I
can I just say I haven't been able to put my thumb on what it is that Calvin does all the time. He needs to change his name to Selectively Listening and start a YouTube channel. That is
Calvin,
brilliant.
Calvin, do you have a YouTube channel? Because have you ever listened to him? Like he's got it, man. I feel
he'd be dope at it. Yeah.
No, he would. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him at the DNC making a speech, honestly. Like he has got TDS. His brain is like rotten because his fever is like 110 from TDS.
From TDS, stage 4.
Yes, dude, he's gonna have like a febrile seizure or something. But now he said didn't want to spend all his money in NATO. So I hope I clarified that, Calvin. And if you don't have a YouTube, bro, what are you waiting for? You really have skill, you have talent, and you've got that great delivery, kind of like Obama, honestly.
Yeah, yep.
Or maybe he's gonna run politics. I don't know what you're going to do, Calvin, but I'm sure whatever you
strikes me as someone who is already in politics.
Yeah.
And he's like, he just sharpens his knife on random YouTubers because we're like, little snacks.
Yeah, most people don't actually think real deeply into their policy ideas or concept or actual ideals. You do.
Yeah. Dude probably already works for DNC or something. I feel like he's involved. And
he does sound like a DNC employee.
I feel honored that you're here, Calvin, honestly. So thank you for pulling up, and thanks for trying to hold me to account. I don't know. Maybe he's probably listening and doing something else. Maybe he missed it. What do I think of RFK?
Yeah, that's my vote.
I guess the question is he going to drop out and endorse Trump, and does that even matter? That's the real question. But let's get back to Daddy Trump. Maybe I'll do a show on RFK.
My last time he was looking over his shoulder like that, something bad happened.
And I think you're spot on that, Midlife.
On the what? The RFK?
RFK, yeah.
Well, really, it was just a question. I don't know the.
But he's going to endorse Trump? That's what you guys think?
That's what we're reading. That's what they're whispering.
Yep.
Is that going to even?
Interesting.
Does that even help? Idiots.
It helps.
Can I
It
ask
helps
you
our
one question? Do you guys think that Kamala has a real good chance of becoming president, or do you think?
Yes, I think she's going to win.
Yes.
I think she's going to win. So just get ready for it. If you're not going to vote, vote.
I have one loaded in the chamber if that happens.
Bro. Come on, Zato. Quit fucking around, bro.
And you're gone.
Oh, sorry. Quit effing around.
That wasn't even me, dude.
That was just an apparition, guys. Pay no attention.
He's gone, bro. You got to clean it up, dude. You're like, I don't even know if you're real. I hope not.
He's real. He's real. He's real.
Oh, great. So I'm calling the police right now.
No. He doesn't mean that. I mean, he's a real dude and he's just joking around.
Well,
hold on. I've got a
just drop the humor.
He's canceled from the show for today. You come back next time, Zatiochi.
Oh my God, Tooch. Bye, Tooch.
You did good.
24-hour ban, sir. Don't hold it against me. Don't unsub. But bro, I'm trying to run a family show. Yeah, there it is.
That's the second time that happened this week. There's the FBI. I love the FBI.
I love the FBI. I voted for a bottle.
Ron says he's voting for Harris.
Let's get back onto it.
Let's get the black deuces.
Let's get back
or
onto it.
the POC deuces.
Who's voting for Harris? What's up, Ashton?
Ron, Motor City Maniac.
Oh, you don't say. The hardcore Democrats vote for Harris. Go figure.
Let's go. Here we go.
What's wrong?
There's a shooter up there.
A doctor, please.
A doctor.
It is very hot here. I notice. It's very hot. And a lot of the people waited for days to get here, so I understand it. Take your time, doctor. Take your time. Thank you.
Well, I guess there's a medical emergency or something.
Yes, he'll stop a rally to let the emergency crew get in. He'll be like, everybody split up, and they'll just walk in, grab and walk back out. It's hot, man. It's really hot.
Yeah. Take your
And
time,
his
please.
Democrats are all over the hill.
A lot of people don't drink water. Check out that comment by David.
Let's see here.
There you go.
Facts.
Something to keep
A
in
war
mind.
criminal
Oh,
for the
look.
crown.
Wait,
Yeah.
is Trump he's rendering aid. She just wants CPR to the mouth, bro. She wants that mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Oh, look, she just wanted a hug. Oh, my God. She just wanted Trump to come see her, and it worked. I hope the assassins aren't taking note. Oh, my God, a femme fatale female assassin might come. Bro, Zatioch, you're banned for the day. You're 24-hour ban. Dude, you can't say that kind of stuff on here. I got love for you, bro, but you're 24-hour ban. You're too hot for TV.
Too hot for TV.
Yes. You got to clean it up, homie.
I do not want a meeting with a diversity hire from the Secret Service just because you had a smart-ass moment.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay, bro. You're just 24-hour banned, so you can come back 5 p.m. tomorrow if you want. Sorry, man. There it is. Look at this girl. She got to meet Daddy Trump. I wonder if he grabbed her by the cooch. She wanted to be grabbed by the cooch.
Hey, everybody in my chat, take a shot every time you hear him say Daddy Trump.
Pew, 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 pew.
Dude.
You know, they come 2 days, 3 days early, and it's a lot of stress. We lose them. The only ones we don't lose are front row Joes. I don't know what they have going. They have something going here, Governor. Thank you very much. Thanks, Doctor. But America is blessed with the greatest military in the world, but our men and women in uniform have been betrayed by radical left politicians and some generals, and at the top, they're woke. They're woke. We don't want woke generals. We want generals that know how to win, and we have them. We proved that when we wiped out ISIS, didn't we? Proved it. Sure, it'll take 5 years. We did it in three.
I mean, like, bro, you didn't wipe out ISIS. Like, does anyone believe that? Like, bro, no, you didn't. It's first it was called the Mujahideen, and Rambo joined them up on Rambo 3, right? Okay. John Rambo joined the Mujahideen in Rambo 3. That's a fact. And then Russia got scared when they saw Rambo 3, and they're like, whoa, America might send Rambo. We're out of here. And then they left Afghanistan. And as soon as the Russians left, for some reason, a few years later, we are like, you know what? Let's fight those guys whose side we used to be on, just like we used to give weapons to Iraq. Isn't that interesting? Right? So does that, following that logic, are we going to be fighting Ukraine next? I don't understand how this works, right?
Not Ukraine, but the Taliban.
Yeah, it was Mujahideen, then it was Taliban came in, and they're like, yo, these Bachabazi boys, aka underage sex slaves that Afghanistan dudes with red beards and hair have relations with. The Taliban put an end to that. And then America's like, bro, sexual freedom, girls need to go to school, and little boys need to be SA'd in Afghanistan. And that's the only thing we brought to that country. Death and destruction, right? And it was called ISIS, ISIS-K, Taliban. I mean, I can't even keep up with all these boogeymen. I need like a whole chart, right? Hamas, all these other places. Like, bro,
Israel.
You didn't kill the Taliban. You didn't kill ISIS. They're just dudes that don't want a bunch of American tanks parked on Main Street. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? I don't want a Chinese tank parked on Main Street with a bunch of dudes in Ching Chong language saying, stand back or we'll shoot you. Bro, can you blame them? You have to understand. Wolverines. When 9/11 happened, and who knows what caused that, right? But that's why we, quote unquote, invaded Afghanistan. Okay. People weren't even born, right? And then 20 years later, they're like 19 and fighting us just because we're there. It's just so basic to me. Trump, you didn't defeat the Taliban. You didn't defeat this. You didn't do nothing in that regard. You didn't. You didn't. Obama killed more people than you. Are you jealous? Obama dropped more bombs than you. Obama dropped so many bombs, they ran out.
Hey, bud. I think you're getting off track.
Okay, sorry. Let's get back to Trump. Thank you.
3 weeks. I think we did it in 3 weeks. We have the greatest military in the world, but you need the great leaders. Otherwise, your military can never be great. Everywhere I go, soldiers and veterans tell me how angry they are that not one person has been held accountable for the Afghanistan catastrophe.
Hold on. I got David. You're so right. Alwan Aksabari. I don't know all these names. He killed a 16-year-old American citizen, American-born citizen, whose dad was, quote unquote, a bad guy. He dropped a bomb on his head in a foreign country. Bro, that's savage. That's vicious. And he was still like, hey, guys, I'm Obama. I'm cool, calm, and collected. But just so you know, if you get out of line, we tortured some folks, and I'll drop bombs on you, and I might just take out your son, even though he probably has nothing to do with anything. No one's safe with me in charge.
Screw
bro. Talk about walk slightly. What is it? What's that, Dennis? Help me out.
Walk softly and carry a big stick.
Yeah, that's Obama.
Sick.
That's Obama. Lol. You can put in a black reference too if you want, but let's go.
He never fired anybody. You know, I fire a lot of people when they don't do a good job. Then they come back and write books. You know, they hate you, but that's okay. When you don't fire people, they never write books, you know. But I fired a lot of people. I wasn't happy with their service. I wasn't happy with the job they did, and I fire them. I let them go. I mean, I'm working for you. I'm not doing this for myself. But when you fire them, they always come back with something. And now nobody's ever been in the position where, you know, they get offered all sorts of money from the fake news and everything else. And fame, we're going to make you famous. All you have to do is make up some stories about Trump. But people don't seem to care. It's phony stuff, phony, horrible. They're lightweights. They're terrible people. You know, when I came, don't forget, I didn't know anybody in Washington. I'm president of the United States. I'm going down Pennsylvania Avenue with that biggest load of military and police and motorcycles and everything you've ever seen. And I didn't know anybody. I said to my wife, I don't know a lot of people, but the people I know, I got recommendations from a lot of good people, well-meaning people. Some were good. Most were great. But we had some bad ones too. But now I know them all in Washington. I know the good ones, the weak ones, guys like this. I know the weak ones and the bad ones, General. We know the dumb ones and the smart ones, don't we? We know them all. But the voters will hold Kamala and Joe accountable for this November when I take office, and they're going to be held accountable for what they've done to this country. Right? Thank you. I will ask for the resignations of every single senior military official who touched the Afghanistan disaster. I want their resignations immediately. And I want them on the desk in the Oval Office, the Resolute desk. I want them on at 12 o'clock, Inauguration Day, everybody involved with that disaster. When you have a disaster so stupid as that caused us such problems, you don't know what that's done to the reputation of our country, the Afghanistan disaster. This house cleaning will be a signal to the entire world and America military and everybody else. They want people to be held accountable for failure and incompetence. And it's just not acceptable that something like that could happen. These are fighters. They fight with broken, old, obsolete weapons and knives. We have F-16s. We have F-35s, F-32s. And we were knocking the hell out of them, just knocking the hell out of them. It was easy. But I said, what the hell are we doing this for? Let's get the hell out of there. We were getting out with such strength. They were so happy they couldn't believe it. And then these people came in, and it's horrible to even think about what happened. And countries all over the world lost respect for us because of Afghanistan. We demand success and we demand victory. We want victory from our soldiers and from everybody else. Under Comrade Kamala Harris, and I call her that because there's never been, she's a Marxist, okay? I was saying, do you think she's a Marxist or a communist? To people that really study this stuff, they weren't able to tell me. They said it could be all the way, it could be communist, but she
belongs to the streets.
They said it was definitely one or the other, but they couldn't actually tell me. Was it communist or Marxist? Sir, it's one or the other. We're not sure. We'll figure it out. But under Comrade Kamala, our military has been abused for radical social experiments. On day one, I will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our U.S. armed forces. We're taking it out. Our warriors should be focused on defeating America's enemies, not figuring out their genders. By that time, hopefully they know their genders. Marxist ideologies have no place in combat. Think of it, they go in and they decide, oh, if they're going to change my gender, no, we want them to know their gender when they go in. You have no idea the disruption that has caused, and the fake news refuses to report it. You know, when I did a ban, I went to a lot of good generals. I said, I'm not going to tell you names. Just tell me, is it the right thing or the wrong thing? The wrong thing, sir. It's the wrong thing. And I had unanimous support. And then we did it. I didn't do it. Other people did it. They reversed me as soon as they got in, like almost the first day. I didn't do it. But they allowed things to happen to our military that's just not right. If you want to have a sex change or a social justice seminar, then you can do it somewhere else, but you're not going to do it in the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, Space Force, or the United States Marines. Sorry. You're not going to do it there. The military brass that led these absurd and insulting initiatives will likewise be removed, and they will no longer be in command. They're going to be gone so fast. Kamala and Crooked Joe purged 8,000 service members from our military for refusing their COVID vaccine mandate. They refused to do it. We didn't want a mandate. The mandate, you just can't do that. I will rehire every patriot who was fired from the military with an apology and with back pay. They will get their back pay and an apology from our government.
That's big, considering he was the one that pushed the experimental medication, interestingly enough. What's up, dope boy Philique? Thanks for pulling up. That's pretty big. Back pay and an apology. That's interesting policy. Interesting policy. I guess is he going to try to distance himself from Project Warp Speed? I don't know.
Hopefully they have great.
It's his biggest weakness, if you ask me.
Yeah, because the right hates it, right? They don't like that,
Yep.
man. It doesn't look good. Yo, hold on. Oh, sorry. Let me give a proper introduction, people. Oops. Juan Pacheco, welcome to the show. Juan, America is in a mess. We have a real problem. I saw Obama, aka Black Jesus, enter the stage last night. It was like Easter all over again. It was a resurrection for the masses. Talk about BDE. Talk about a man who knows how to make a speech. Both of the Obamas came out, and they were just dropping bombs left and right. This is Trump's first speech outdoors since the assassination attempt. This dude needs to resurrect his campaign, because I think Obama put the nail in it last night. Of course, I'm voting for Trump. No, I don't want Kamala to win. But what do you think about what I just said there, sir? Or really, just say whatever you want. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Go.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to see you guys again. And shout out to the 10 people in the Rumble chat. Keep the Rumble space growing.
Yes.
I don't know all that I heard last night, to be quite honest. Midlife is that Trump was living rent free in everybody's heads. Every other word I heard was Trump this, Trump that, Trump the other. I'm not going to lie. His speech was extremely eloquent. And if this were Barack Obama circa 2016 and he were running for a third term, I probably would fall for it. But I'm not sure. It was almost like meh. It's the same old from before.
So you weren't moved at all by how awesome Obama was? I mean, again, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And no, Obama is a nasty person, right? He's a nasty person, but he looks so good doing it. He's not fat. He's fit. He's in shape. His black don't crack. Bro, he looks great. And he sounds awesome. He's got swagger. He's got style. He's got sophistication. I mean, my God, it almost brought a tear to my eye. Go ahead.
Which is why if this were Barack Obama circa 2016 and he were running for a third term, I would fall for it again. I would vote for him hook, line, and sinker. But the problem is we know too much. And because we know too much, I'm sorry, I have to. I end up taking his speeches now, even though they're eloquent. They're still extremely good. Let's just face it, he's a smooth operator, right? But I end up having to take them with a grain of salt by force. That's be unfortunate for him. It's just too much came out at one time.
Oh my God. Okay, Greg. I swear this guy Greg is not a plant. Let me talk to you, Greg. What is Rumble? Wow, what a great question. What a great question indeed. And I have an answer for you. Rumble is the free speech alternative to YouTube. It is free, and you can say anything you want on Rumble. It is my dream to extricate myself. That's the second time I've used that word today. To extricate myself from YouTube and the confines of me having to speak in some crazy language, right? I have to speak in some crazy language. I can just say whatever I want on Rumble. Please, let me find a link. And I think that I have a special link. I'm going to post a link, my dude. Just start a Rumble account. It's not as smooth as YouTube. It doesn't have as much stuff as YouTube, but it is the only and best alternative, viable alternative so far that I see that can perhaps beat YouTube. And let's face it, man, we can't even talk about certain things. I'm probably going to get demonetized, at least for this video, for all the things I said about the truth, about what's happening in the world, but they don't do that on Rumble. So, Greg, yeah, bro, if you want to be Greg, are you even subscribed to Midlifebrologic on YouTube? If not, please do so. And then after that, I'm going to drop my Rumble link. Dude, you got to get on with it. You can say anything you want on Rumble, and then I'll highlight the comment if you do. I'll do that for you, Greg. So go ahead, go over there. Let me find my special link. I think I get like 5 cents if you sign up under my name or something. Let me find it. Let me get back to it. And let's get back to Daddy Trump. Link is incoming as soon as I find it, people. Let's go.
Watch.
Money, but if they want to come back in, they get an apology and we sign them up and they get their back pay. Should have never happened. The mandate stuff should have never happened. Thanks to Comrade Kamala and Joe Biden. Morale in our military is now so low that almost every single branch is suffering a major recruitment and retention crisis. You know that. Upon taking office, I will begin the largest peacetime recruitment drive in the history of the armed forces. We have to fill our armed forces with great people, but they don't have spirit now. There's no spirit. Used to bring other soldiers would bring their friends in. Now that doesn't happen. Almost never happens. The sense of
Peace
spirit,
out, Ron.
pride, and prestige will soon come roaring back and reach levels never seen before. We're going to make it so hot that I'm going to want to resign and join the military. I don't know what rank I would start at. I guess I started private. I don't know. What rank would I have to start?
Wait, someone leaving? What did I miss?
Yeah, Motor City Maniac is peacing out.
Oh, peace out, dude. Thanks for pulling up on any capacity. Please do sub to Midlifebrologic and anyone else that wants to drop their link. Peace. Let's go.
Start at General. I have to start pretty low. He said you'll start at the top. All right, then I'll stay here. That's very good. You'll start at the top. He knows what this is. America's military must always be unrivaled and unbeatable. I mean, I see reports coming out where they do studies, and they said under these circumstances, we'll lose a war to China. Number one, if it's true, why are we saying it? And number two, it shouldn't be true, should it? It shouldn't be true. Not going to happen. Why would they release a report like that for China to read? We're vulnerable here. She said they're idiots. That's a good word. Who's the woman that said that? Stan, please. Who said that? That's very good. Not true. She says they're idiots. Now, they release a report talking about all of the vulnerable areas. We need more of this. We need more of that. We're weak here. We're weak there. I don't know who does this report. Why would you release a report like that? So after years, that's like saying we have no ammunition. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no ammunition at the time. We're the United States of America. You know why? We gave it all up to Ukraine and various other places. We gave them everything. Empty our warehouses of all of our ammunition. Let's give it to people free of charge. Free of charge. Cost billions. Free of charge. Everything's always free of charge. So after
Yo, there it is. Hit that link. Join Rumble. It's free. Rumble is similar to YouTube, but you can say whatever you want. A lot of people that are too hot for YouTube, like Juan here, he's too hot for YouTube. He's Rumble exclusive only. This guy, drop your link, Juan.
You can take me down, but you can follow me on Rumble at Pablo Pacheco.
Yeah, I'll get that link in and put it in the back so I can put it. Help me out here, Juan, if you want. That guy's too hot for YouTube, right? I'm trying to go mainstream, but ultimately I want to be
Caliente.
Yes, Juan es muy caliente. There it is. Thank you, Greg.
Mucho caliente.
Mucho caliente.
years of horrific depletion with the comrade sending our missiles and airplanes, ammunition to other countries, I will make a historic investment in rebuilding the U.S. Armed Forces. I did that once before, but I have to do it again because they've depleted it, just like they've depleted the strategic oil reserves. You know, we have the strategic, in all due respect, it's not for filling up your car so that you have 4 cents a gallon less and that you vote for Crooked Joe. It's not meant for that. It's meant for war. It's meant for tragedy. It's meant for real stuff. It's at the lowest point today in its history. We almost have nothing left. And we had it at a level that was such a beautiful thing to see. We will increase funding, but at the same time, the days of blank checks for the weapon systems over the past are over. I tell you what we will build, though. We're going to build a great iron dome over our country so that we don't have to get hit. We give it to other countries. We help Israel and other countries. And Ronald Reagan wanted it many years ago, as you know, but we didn't really have the technology then. He was right, but we didn't have the right technology. Today we have unbelievable technology. And
do we need an Iron Dome? Is that what America's missing? Is that where we should spend our money? Yes
over
or no?
the West Coast, yeah. Over the Northwest Coast, yes, because believe it or not, when people get the mistaken belief that if another country wants to conduct war at us, they're going to throw pew-pews and missiles from east to west and vice versa. And that's not the case. People forget that there are polar regions. They're going to be throwing everything from north to south. And a dome would actually allow us to intercept the majority of those.
Okay. Anyone else care to talk on that?
Healthcare. I'm more concerned about healthcare than I am about being nuked, especially if we stop wiping.
Sorry, I needed to give you standing ovation for that. Keep going, please.
Yes, especially if we stop wiping our censored all over the place.
Absolutely. All right, Wizard, I know you have lots to say on many topics. Do we need an Iron Dome in America? Is that the problem? Is that the biggest threat we're facing? Like a missile from whatever?
No, I think Denizen's absolutely right. Though it is a seemingly materialistic war on soil, it actually is a spiritual war. So we have to look to the higher powers. but those seemingly would be higher. No, they're right here on the soil in each and every one of us. We each have to make that decision and determine what's important in our life. And I think he's right. On the individual aspect, it's much more of a concern to think about your personal health than the world objective aspect view of a possible nuclear war.
There you go. Anyone else? Yes, no? I'll get back to Daddy. Here we go.
And you know, we have other countries that have it. This country should have it. And
oh yeah. Okay. Let's do advertising. Dennison, this is the go for it. Say something about how awesome you are, and sub to this guy.
Yeah, I do a less than mediocre show about nothing. But I'm extremely autistic, which means you should give me your money and watch everything that I do.
I couldn't agree more. Perfect. So sub to Difficult Dennison. Anyone else want to talk about themselves? Going once, going twice.
I'm great. You're good.
Who
Go
should
ahead.
have a
Okay, here we go.
we're going to make it right here, and we're going to make it in other of our great places. But a lot of it's going to come right out of your state. It's time to create the arsenal of the 21st century. We need that. That means aggressively shifting funding to keep America on the cutting edge, investing heavily in drones and robotics and artificial intelligence and hypersonics. Do you know, hypersonics, these are missiles that go 7 times faster than a fast ordinary missile. 7 times faster. So fast that, for the most part, you can't shut them down and you can't shoot them down.
Midlife, you know what's
Levels of
scary?
speed that nobody thought was possible. You know, that was our technology.
What's up?
What's scary? I was watching with Jay Rillo some of the Ukrainian footage, and then after his show, I made the fatal mistake of going through some of the Ukraine and Russia Telegram channels. And to me, what is scary as heck is you being sent to the front line, and you knowing that there's a drone that's over you. You just don't know where, but you hear it getting closer. It's almost like a mosquito sound. But knowing that, you know, this thing, if it targets you, that's it for you. That has changed the game when it comes to warfare. It's outright terrifying, if you would ask me.
Yeah, bro, the videos are gross. It's disgusting. You guys have wrenches. Just put it in the comments if you can. Or can I do it? No. Copy link. Put it in the comments if you can, Sasquatch and Wizard. It's horrifying. It's gross. They're just dropping grenades on people's heads. There's Sasquatch. Sub to him.
Yeah, and I already dropped mine.
The bro.
It's exceptionally effective. That's the thing about it. It's so cheap and effective that you can just field thousands of drones, and any idiot can fly a drone well enough to hit a foxhole. So it's so efficient.
It's horrifying. It's like go ahead. What do you got going on?
Well, I just dropped my link down there. Appreciate you, bro. Everybody make sure to give thumbs up and subscribe and all that here, and get this channel growing.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. But he's got a channel too. That's what's up. But listen, it reminds me of Terminator, Judgment Day, right? Like, what was it, 2 or 3, where they were showing like or even the first Terminator, but the first Terminator, they had the air things too. And
I was thinking of Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. And I forget the other movie that came out 5 or 6 years ago where you had all of these drones following this one guy to take him out. It's just, man. I know.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Even in
It's gonna be a brave new world.
Even these trenches.
I see what you did there.
Oh. They build these trenches and they can still fly them in the trench. Man, it's insane. It's insane. It's horrifying. It really is horrifying. Like, dudes that play video games are the most deadly ones around because they're using that kind of stuff, man. It's crazy. Anyways.
Technology that was stolen by Russia. And Russia has them, and I started them very quickly. But somebody gave Russia, years ago, before me, all of our plans and specs for hypersonic missiles, and they built them, and we didn't. He said Bill Clinton.
I mean, this is just more lies. There's some kind of leak of technology to Russia building hypersonic missiles, and somehow they built them and we didn't. That doesn't even make any sense. It's just like,
you didn't know about this, buddy? Yeah, Bill Clinton did this in 1995.
Did what?
He gave
Sold the shit to the
technology
Chinese.
or hypersonic missiles to the Russians and the Chinese.
Clinton did this?
Yeah. He did it to Russia to appease Boris Yeltsin at that time, and he did it to the
took
Chinese.
money from he took money from Chinese lobbyists too in his campaign.
Oh, so Trump's not lying? Okay, well, I stand corrected by my two esteemed panelists. I thought it was just another Trump lie. I'll have to look into it. Speaking of Bill Clinton, yes, Bill Clinton will be live tonight at the DNC. Guess who's going to be covering it? Me. I'm going to have a doubleheader tonight. Anyways, let's get back to it. And you want to talk about someone who's smart and who can speak well? Bro, Clinton is the smartest president I've ever had in my lifetime. I'm not saying I agree with them, but the dude can speak. He can answer questions on the fly. He's pretty old now, so I don't know where he's at. But
he was better than both Bushes. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah. Maybe he wasn't that smart, but compared to the Bushes, he was like a freaking Rhodes Scholar. I don't know, but he was quick, man. Quick with the answers. He's good with it.
Might have been, in all fairness, might have been a little after Bill Clinton. I used to like Bill Clinton. Can you believe it? It could have been Barack Hussein Obama. Perhaps we should ask him. No, he was very nasty last night. I try and be nice to people, but it's a little tough when they get personal. Please, again, remember, please, sir, don't get personal. Talk about policy. Let me ask you about that. We're going to do a free poll. Here are the two questions. Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? Ready? Should I get personal?
Yes.
Should I not get personal?
Wow, dead silence.
Are fired. No, we'd rather keep it on policy, but sometimes it's hard when you're attacked from all ends. I mean, they want to put you in jail for nothing, for cases that the legal scholars all over the country have said there is no case, and they want to put you in jail. And I could have done that to Hillary Clinton. I could have put her in jail. She turned away subpoenas and she damaged stuff and she wouldn't give things after a subpoena was sent from the United States Congress. I said to myself, we want to bring the country together. Wouldn't it be terrible to put the wife of the president of the United States in jail? Wouldn't it be terrible? And then I come out and they do it to me. And there's no feeling as, wouldn't it be terrible? But we won the big case in Florida. That was totally won. And Biden did.
That's the first time I saw a fake case in my life.
Presidential Records Act. I had a right to do whatever I wanted to do. That was passed in like 1978. But Biden didn't have a right to do because he wasn't president. And he was there for 50 years. He took stuff. And the ruling was basically he's guilty as hell, but he's got no memory. He's a nice man with no memory. Actually, they're wrong. He's not a nice man and he has no memory. He's not a nice man at all.
He's not nice.
He started weaponization. And weaponization is a double
bomb.
Biden's
a dick.
Back to haunt them too.
He really is.
It's a terrible thing for our country, I can tell you.
He's just like, hey, look at me. I'm Joe. I beat up bullies like Corn Pop. I'm down. I hang out with all of you. I'm just like you. Just because you look like he's same as Obama. He talks like an old man, but carries a big old stick, and he's just corrupt. It's the Biden crime family syndicate, and he's the leader, and it's gross. And he's been stealing from America for over 50 years. Yes, please tell me the truth, as long as it doesn't break the
truth is that Biden is Corn Pop. He was talking about himself. he was the bad dude, and some kid had to defend himself against Biden with some chains because Biden was a bad dude, and they called him back in the day. They called him Corn Pop.
Yeah, he's the bad. Why is this not?
That was his street name.
That reminds me of a point that I missed last night. Did anybody notice how Biden was just seemingly erased last night? Hardly anybody talked about him.
I thought he was erased 2 weeks ago when he dropped out of the election.
Well, he had a speech, and everybody tried to coo around him on Monday night. That failed miserably. In fact, I actually had to turn it off during the halfway point of his speech. It was bad. But last night, it was almost like Biden who? That to me, I mean, at least we in the Republican National Convention, we gave prior presidents the opportunity to come and speak or do whatever the heck. I mean, of course, in this particular case, George W. Bush declined.
You froze up. And yeah, let's get back to it. Let me know when you're back, Juan.
We need a dramatic increase in research. We need a very dramatic increase in development. And in so doing, we will create countless American jobs, including jobs right here in a place called North Carolina. Do we love North Carolina? Laura Trump is from North Carolina. She named her daughter Carolina, the wife of Eric. I now say that he's the husband of Laura, which he's great. He's great, and it's a great couple, but she loves this place. She just loves it. She's here all the time. And, you know, she comes and we love her too.
Was that a jab at his own
so
son?
She's got a great talent, and she, along with Michael Watley, the Presidential Records Act, I had the right to do whatever I wanted to do. That was passed in like 1978. But Biden didn't have a right to do it because he wasn't president. And he was there for 50 years. He took stuff. And the ruling was basically he's guilty as hell, but he's got no memory. He's a nice man with no memory. Actually, they're wrong. He's not a nice man and he has no memory. He's not a nice man at all because he started weaponization. And weaponization is a double prong that can come back to haunt them too. It's a terrible thing for our country, I can tell you. A terrible thing for our country. We need a dramatic increase in research. We need a very dramatic increase in development. And in so doing, we will create countless American jobs, including jobs right here.
Okay, so this whole Bill Clinton sold hypersonic missile, bro, I'm going to have to look into that. That seems so bizarre. But here comes Calvin. Trump allegedly revealed nuclear submarine secrets, number of warheads sub typically carry, and how close to Russian submarines without being detected. Is this true? Does Trump even know this information? I guess is my first thing.
But midlife, look at the key word in Calvin Coolidge's statement.
Allegedly.
It just simply means they think he did it. We actually have concrete proof that Bill Clinton did. That's part and partially apart from what's going on.
Seems odd. I don't know.
Also, it's completely void of context. That was on if I recall correctly, it was during a phone conversation with another world leader.
Yeah, so I don't know what to say. There's a lot of there's something in history where I think a senator said out loud during war how deep the American submarines can dive to. Does that ring a bell with anyone? It's like in World War II, right? It's the last time we used subs, honestly, in combat. I guess no one knows. That's fine. Of course, famously,
I argue the nuclear submarine is the tip of the spear in the American armed forces. So nuclear submarines are the most advanced war machine that we have.
no. But what I'm saying is, during World War II, there was a senator or someone who talked about how deep our subs could dive to. There's precedent during wartime, like when they were actually fighting. You know, that's a big deal. It wasn't like on purpose. He was just an idiot. And then also famously, I know I'm just going off track here, but I don't know. I just want to talk about it because Calvin kind of triggered me, or I just feel like saying this for some reason. In the Falklands War, when it was Argentina versus England, which is like a thing that happened in the 80s, which is crazy.
1982, that's correct.
The Argentinians dropped a bunch of bombs into ships, but they set like the fuses wrong, so they didn't actually explode. And then like some politician like announced this, and it's like, bro, great. Now the Argentinians are going to set their fuses properly and delete us. I don't know. I just felt like saying that. I guess I'm rambling. But
they didn't have a chance to, Barnabas, because the English basically scraped their airfields before they had an opportunity.
Well, no, they sunk ships, bro. It's actually footage. Like there's real combat footage of those planes, American planes, that the Argentinians were flying actually, and French planes. But that was interesting time. But anyways, let's get back to it. Let's get back to Trump. I mean, what is Calvin trying to say here? I guess
he's basically saying that what I told that I'm not giving the entire context. But the point is there is nothing, whether context or not, that says that Trump actually did it. Again, like I keep mentioning, and I'll repeat myself, the key word is alleged. It means that they think he did. They don't know if he did or not.
But why did Clinton do that? What he alleged? What you guys are saying he did?
Well, no, Calvin Coolidge is saying that Trump allegedly. That's where I'm getting at. Clinton did do it. Clinton did give our secrets, but it was so that he could appease Boris Yeltsin. It was because at that point, Russia, was a fledgling country. The Soviet Union had just broken up. We wanted to be buddies, basically.
Yeah, and you guys have to understand, and this is a topic I don't think is discussed enough. Everybody wants to look at Russia as an opposing party to the Americans, when in fact their government is set up the same way, a union of states as republics, and they don't use the same monetary system. That's why they don't want to sign up with NATO. They are internally dependent upon their own gross domestic product amongst their own trade with their own different republic states. And that works for them.
Got it. All right, let's get back to this here.
In a place called North Carolina. Do we love North Carolina? Laura Trump is from North Carolina. She named her daughter Carolina, the wife of Eric. I now say that he's the husband of Laura, which he's great. He's great in this.
Wait, so that's what you were talking about, right, Dennison? What did he just say? Let's hear
it was a dig at his son.
Hold on.
Laura Trump is from North Carolina. She named her daughter Carolina, the wife of Eric. I now say that he's the husband of Laura, which he's great. He's great, and it's a great couple, but she loves this.
Was that an incest joke? I'm confused.
No, it's like he'd rather Laura be his daughter than Eric be his son. Right? He's saying Laura's the Trump and Eric is her husband instead of saying she's Eric's wife.
I'm so confused, but here's one thing I do know.
He's
Donald
basically saying, without saying it, that Laura wears the pants in Eric Trump's family is what he was.
Okay. Thanks for breaking it down to the most basic understanding level that I can comprehend. Let's talk about quickly Donald Trump Jr.'s wife, Kimberly Guilfoyle, is the ex-wife of Gavin Newsom. Bro, that's so weird. Talk about sleeping with the enemy. What a weird. Oh, it's not his wife, his fiance. Bro, don't marry her. You can put a ring on it.
Radioactive sloppy seconds.
But all of the information that you get from that from messing with that particular person. Has any of you guys booked the 48 Laws of Power?
You're blocking up. You're not working.
The 48 Laws of Power.
I didn't read it. Sorry.
Yeah, Kimberly Guilfoyle is a player.
But she
was a district attorney too.
But interesting that she would marry Gavin Newsom, a super lib. I guess, libs and conservatives go together, or she just wanted a powerful.
She was lib at the time.
Well, to be fair, it would be unfathomable that Trump would give money to the Clintons, and he gave Hillary Clinton money when she ran for senator of New York, or when she ran for senator representing New York. I'm sorry.
But do you think Guilfoyle made a conservative heel turn to get back at Gavin Newsom or something? Like, is that like, I'll show you, I'll go work for Fox News, Gavin, and I'll crush you every day? I don't know. But I think Donald Trump Jr. should do better, and he can do better. So I disapprove of that relationship. Sorry.
Well, it's just like you said. They, it's a right hand and a left hand, but they both have to feed the same mouth.
Bro, I feel like you could be a Greek philosopher. Like, you're way above my comprehension level sometimes. You really have to dumb it down so I can understand it, bro. Maybe I confused you. Maybe I'm pretending and faking it so good that you think I'm on that level. I'm not, but thanks. I don't know. You want to dumb it down? No? Okay, never mind.
I'll take it slower then.
Okay. All right. Next time. Here we go.
Place. She just loves it. She's here all the time. And, she comes and we love her too. She's amazing. She's got a great talent. And she, along with Michael Watley, are running the Republican National Committee and doing a great job. A lot of times when you do that, they'll say, oh, family. Let me say, this is not a job for somebody. This is a tough job. And our primary focus is not to get out the vote. It's to make sure they don't cheat. Because we have all the votes you need. You can see it every.
Are you leaving, Juan? Oh, I guess he's leaving. All right. He said stay blessed. A shout out to Juan. Juan is too hot for YouTube, right? He says, I don't want to hang out with you girly mans. I'm only on YouTube. YouTube exclusive because what I say is pure fire. So go over there, Habla Pacheco. Let me find that link again and sub to my boy Juan Pacheco, lawyer in training. Where the heck is it? I'll find it eventually and I'll post it. That's what's up. Let's get back to Trump.
House along the way has signs, Trump, 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 Trump fans, Trump fans. And by the way, Vance is doing a great job. Vance is doing a great job. Look at that beautiful red Vance.
He's not.
No, but these signs are all over the place. I see it everywhere, no matter where. In Florida, they're all over. Because people want to see common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. It's not conservative, liberal. They don't want to be called liberal anymore. They want to use progressive. We're progressive. Progressive. I think liberal is more appropriate. Progressive is such a beautiful word, right? You know, it's progressive, backward. As we rapidly rebuild American deterrence, we will quickly restore peace and stability in our country, but all over the world. We'll make our country a much safer place. We're in grave danger of a war, a third world war, I tell you, before I even arrive at the Oval Office. And as I said, we're going to do things that are going to be shocking to people. But what I'm going to do more than anything else, I'm going to get things in line, and we're going to prevent that World War III. And if you look at what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, if you look at it now, there's an incursion into Russia. Then there'll be another incursion the other way. Then there'll be, and then all of a sudden, bad things will start to happen. They're already starting. By contrast, if Comrade Kamala wins this November, World War III is virtually guaranteed to happen. Everything she touches, she destroys. Everything that she's touched, you look at her life. She was district attorney in San Francisco. The place went to hell. It's the best city in the world, probably 15, 18 years ago, 20 years ago. Maybe in the whole world, it was one of the best cities in the world. And she becomes the attorney general of the state of California.
It's true.
Place went to hell. It was helped by Gavin Newsom. It was helped.
Newsom.
But she was terrible. And it's crime ridden, and I mean, you can't walk down the sidewalk anymore. That's just unbelievable what's happened to that state. It's so sad. Best weather, beautiful ocean, beautiful, everything is good, but they've just let it go to hell. And she's going to do the same thing to the United States. And when she says, I'll let you frack, her whole career, she said no fracking, Pennsylvania in particular, no, because they get tremendous wealth from fracking. They're going to be stopped, 100% they're going to be stopped. She just changed her view a few months ago. You got to see, you know, she ran against Biden. There were 22 people running. She was the first to leave. She quit because she went down like that. And she was the first one out. She never made it to the first state in the primary. She never made it to Iowa. Never made it to Iowa. She didn't get one vote.
Hey, shout out to Kathy. Kathy, I certainly love it when you pull up. And the truth is the truth. The facts are the facts. The DNC is better than the RNC. It's a better party. It's more slick. They're more tech savvy. The videos are better, right? The videos are better. And when Obama came up, it was like Black Jesus got resurrected. It was like Easter all over again. That's what's up. And it scares the crap out of me, Kathy, because the thought of Kamala winning, which I think is going to happen, it scares me to no end. And when Kamala wins, I think I looked into my crystal ball and I see how I'm going to act, and I found it. Here it is. This is me when Kamala wins.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama. What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America.
I hope I never have to feel that woman's pain. But if Kamala wins, that's going to be me. That's going to be me.
I don't want to smell her either.
Think tall I band. I don't know. Think Taliban. Got it. Oh, I like that. Look at that. You're slick with it. I appreciate it. What was the viewer count, RNC? I don't know what the viewer count was. It doesn't matter. The DNC had a better product. It's a fact. The whole screen was better. It was like a 20 years into the future.
Go Team Purple.
It just was, man. And I'm not happy about it. Kathy, if you want to come up, we talk about it. I mean, I go on and on and on and on and on. Look, okay, you want to delete babies. I understand, Kathy. That's scary. I get it. Trump wants to take that away. I understand. But, you know me, I'm about 50 years old almost, and I'm not I'm not making babies. I'll just leave it at that. Let's go.
And she still hasn't gotten one vote. And she won't have one vote. Think of it. Biden, I'm not a fan of Biden. I think he was terrible. a terrible president. What he did to our country, you look at him with the planes and the stairs and the falling all over the place, and he had no idea what the hell was happening. He couldn't find his way off the stage. A stair here, stair there, stair. I got stairs all over the place. He'd finish his speech and look around, where am I? His speeches lasted, the nice part, it was good in the hot sun because they lasted for about 2 minutes and he could go home. But nobody would come anyway. But we can't let her, she's much worse than him actually, because she's actually more radical. He never believed it. He just did it for votes. I don't know why you'd get votes by having open borders. You know, she wants open borders. If she became president in 4 years, you'd have 60 to 70 million people from all over the world. And it's not just South America. And remember, they're releasing them from their jails and their prisons. They're coming out of jails and prisons and mental institutions and insane asylums. Then we have hundreds and probably thousands of terrorists that have come into our country. We probably have a few here. Welcome, welcome. But we probably have a few here. And she's all for it. And now she's saying, and you see what she's saying. Well, the wall was largely built. We were adding space onto the wall. We built hundreds of miles of wall. I actually took it because Congress gave us a hard time and the Democrats were brutal. We had 11 lawsuits and we won all 11, but I took it out of the military. I called it an invasion of our country. It was an invasion. And we built hundreds of miles of wall. And then I was going to do two.
Yo, shout out to Notelos. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. I'm going to do a double header today. I got to cover this. And guess who's coming to the DNC tonight? That's right. Bill Clinton, the man. So I got to cover that. No, I'm not going to vote for these people. I was too young to vote for Bill Clinton, actually, so I never had a chance. But respect where respect is due. Bill Clinton knows how to lay it down. Bill Clinton, I don't know how he's doing now, but he was the smartest president I've ever seen. He could take an interview and he could take it to town. And his knowledge and his mouthpiece was just a finely honed machine. And I want to see if he can beat Obama as far as his rock star energy. I don't think so, but you never know. So shout out to Bill Clinton, and I'm going to cover that tonight. What BS is Trump saying? I don't know. It's just kind of rolling off. He's got this long speech. How long was his speech, honestly? Oh, it's not a 4-hour speech. Okay, wrong. It looks like he's pushing into the hour and 15-minute mark at this point. Let's go.
200 extra. We ordered it. It was there. And we had that rotten, horrible election where we did much better than we did the first time. And bad things happened. And all of a sudden, I hear that they want to have open borders. And I thought they were kidding. Who the hell wants open borders? And then they said, we'll give you health care. You know, now they're saying all about how they're getting tough on the borders and how they were tough, except they have a couple of problems. Do you know that we flew in 1 million people, airplanes, over the top of the border, beautiful airplanes. They're flying them in. If you want to stop people, you're not flying them in on airplanes and many other things. No, they wanted open borders. And we have a country that's loaded up with many, many criminals right now. Of the worst, they emptied their jails. They emptied their jails and prisons. They emptied their mental institutions into our country, largely. Now they're continuing to do it. But if you look at many of these countries that we're talking about, frankly, who can blame them? They're dropping their prisoners into the United States of America. They're dropping all of these people into the United States, including their mental institution people. Any terrorists they have, they're dropping them into the United States. We're taking hundreds of thousands of people that were in jail for murder. You take a look at Venezuela, their jails are half. And I'm surprised half because, frankly, I would have worked faster than that. If I were running it, I would have had all of them out of there by now. They go to Caracas, they take all their gang members, all of their killers, their murderers, their drug dealers, they take them and they're putting them into the United States, and their crime is down 72%. In fact, next time what we'll do, instead of North Carolina, we'll have our next little gathering in Venezuela because it will be much safer than being in our country. If these people win, you're not going to have any meetings, you're not going to have anything. There'll be chaos in our country. And we just can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. Remember when Biden sent Kamala to Europe to stop the war in Ukraine, she met with Putin, and then 3 days later, he attacked. How did she do? You think she did a good job? She met with Putin to tell him don't do it. And 3 days later, he attacked. That's when the attack started. Did you know that, General? Should have sent you. But over 500,000, they say, are dead or wounded, but it's a much higher number than that. And everything lies in ruin. Look, we are going to fight like hell to win this election. They are going to cheat like hell to win the election because they have no bounds. They have no bounds. I've said to some Republicans once in a place called Philadelphia, which I love. I went to school in Philadelphia, but it's suffering tremendously, like Chicago, like every Democrat-run city is suffering. But I said, like, why do we allow them to do it? Do Republicans do what they do with the stuffing the boxes, with all of the different things they do? Sir, we're proud Americans. And that's really the right thing to say, but they have no bounds. We have to win this election. If we don't win this election, we are in such trouble as a country. We're in trouble right now, but you have the right guy to straighten it out. I'll get it straightened out. I'll get it straightened out fast. We're going to have peace through strength all over the world like we had just a short while ago. And I just want to say, closing, it's an honor to have served for 4 years. I wish we didn't have this break. The only thing good about the break is it shows how bad it can get, because we've never had a country that's been in shape like this country is in right now.
Dennison, can you hear me? Are you still there?
We have squalor in our streets. Our vets are disregarded, living on sidewalks in
I'm going to end it soon. Do you want to set up something or not?
freezing cold and unbelievably hot cities all over the country. And yet we have people coming into our country that are living in luxury hotels. This is what we have. We're
I didn't hear your
straighten
answer.
out our country through common sense. We're going to straighten out our country with the
No.
United States of America.
Okay.
We're the greatest country in the world. We're not going to let this continue to go. We're going to straighten it out. We're going to make it bigger, better, stronger than ever before. We're going to bring in business. We're going to use tariffs to take advantage of our great strength and to, frankly, hurt countries that are hurting us and have been hurting us on trade for many, many years. Right now, China is building massive auto plants in Mexico, and they think that those plants are going to make cars and they're going to sell them across the line for no tax, no anything, destroy what's left in Detroit, which, frankly, compared to years ago is very little.
Whoa.
And South
Did you hear
Carolina and many other places. We're not going to.
Did he just say that Biden is not destroying Detroit as fast as he was? Is that what I don't know.
Well, it just sounded like he came to life or something right there. Like it was actually a person.
Oh, yeah, well, he's getting ready to end it. That's why. He's like, it's final lap, sprinting.
Okay, he's going for the MAGA.
Yeah, he's going for the MAGA.
To let it happen. We will charge them 150 or 200% tariff, and all of that investment that
And
they
this is
made now
1.25.
worthless. We're not going to let them do that. We're not going to let them destroy our automobile industry. The United Auto Workers has a grossly incompetent man at the head. They want to make all electric cars, and Elon Musk is a friend of mine. You saw he endorsed me very strongly, and he understands that I'm right. And I love electric cars, and they have an incredible purpose. They have an incredible purpose. They're unbelievable what they can do, and he makes a great product. But I told him, I said, before you endorse, you have to understand, we have to have gasoline-propelled cars. Again, we have more liquid gold than anybody anywhere in the world, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. We have more than anybody. We're going to quadruple that business. We're going to be much bigger than both of them put together. We're going to pay down debt. We're going to reduce your taxes. I gave you the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulatory cut in history. That created all of the jobs. And when Biden talks about jobs, by the way.
Okay, Dawn, I'm not left-wing. I'm voting for Trump. There's my hat to show what side I'm on. I do vote. I've got my vote sticker somewhere. I actually vote. I'm in Baltimore. It's a Maryland flag.
He voted for a Democrat.
Democrat.
Stop. Listen.
Go Team Purple.
I'm voting for Trump because Kamala scares me. But I'm not afraid to point out the obvious problems with Trump. I'm not afraid to hold Trump accountable when he's wrong. He is far from perfect, but he is miles ahead of Kamala. He is way better than Kamala, and that's what I want to say. But I'm not. When he just sits up here and rambles on lie after lie after lie, I can only take but so much of it. He lies, again, most of the time, and randomly tells the truth that nobody else has the courage to tell, whether on accident or otherwise, where Kamala Harris lies 100% of the time. They lie about Project 2025. They lie about his bloodbath statement. They lie, they lie, they lie, they lie, they lie. Right? But again, just because I may say something good about Kamala, just because I may point out the fact that Kamala is looking strong, she's looking good. The DNC is better produced than the RNC. It's a better product. It's like two different parties, And the cool party is the DNC party. The technology's better. Yeah, injecting bleach. They'll say, oh, Trump said inject bleach. He never said that. He was thinking out loud and said, I mean, we could just go on and on about all this stuff. What is Trump lying about? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did you listen to anything that I say? What is he lying about? He's lying most of the time. He acts like when he was president, or if he was president, that he would do a better job in pulling out of Afghanistan. He would have done the same thing that his generals told him they wanted to do. Nothing would have been different. He sits there. As soon as he got inaugurated, he put that stupid Sean Spicer to work to lie about his crowd size. And he wanted to flex on his inauguration ball on which. Remember how pathetic this was? On which celebrities showed up to his inauguration. It's like, bro, you're president of the United States. You don't flex by who showed up for you. You are the top of the mountain. You don't have to lie about your crowd size. Sorry, it was smaller than Obama's, you lying loser, idiot. Not loser, but, what is he lying about? He's a draft dodger. He said, oh, my feet hurt. I have bone spurs and shin splints. I can't serve in Vietnam. No, you can't serve in Vietnam under a draft because you're rich, because you got a doctor's note, lol, just like Biden, another notorious draft dodger.
All right, and I'm gonna dodge out myself real quick, guys. I'm gonna go make me some brats and fill my tummy, and I'll see everybody next time. God bless. Thanks again for having me up, brother.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, my dude. Peace out to Wizard. There it is, bro. I mean, do you seriously think that Trump doesn't lie all the time? He lies all the time. He's a scoundrel. He's a scoundrel businessman. He does underhanded tactics and techniques. He's gross. He's gross. It's a shame that this is the best thing we got. But this is the fact. This is the best thing we got. Right? And I hope that answered your question. I'm getting a lot of comments, and I appreciate it. Sasquatch, is there any chance you can tell your tens of millions of fans to come sub to me before I end the show?
I've got your live stream pinned at the top of the comments over there. They can click over. I was going to end a few more minutes before you did. Give them a chance to kind of force them in here. Trying to do that thing. I wasn't going to mention it, though, but I just did. So, autism.
Okay. Yeah. So, look, come sub to me. Listen, I'm voting for Trump, but don't get mad when I'm sitting here and say that I want Medicare for all. I do. If it's good for old people, why would it not be good for us? Or better yet, Medicaid for all. I know Canada has to wait to get a CAT scan. I know it's not perfect. I don't sit on the party line with everything, right? I just don't. I am voting for Trump. That's a fact, because that's the only choice we got. That's the best choice we got. But could you imagine taking away Medicare for old people now? The world would end. Civil war would start. No one's taking away Medicare because we all like it. Is it perfect? No, it's deeply flawed. You want your mom, you want your grandma not having Medicare? Are you crazy? Just think, there was a time in America when we didn't have Medicare. If it's good for old people, why isn't it good for all people? Come on. Come on. So I say things that are all over the place, but I only speak the truth, okay? And that's what's up. And thanks for watching. And subscribe to Midlifebrologic. And you can be my 2190th subscriber. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, Calvin's very confused. I'm actually for Medicaid for all. And Medicaid is completely free, right? Who's going to pay for it, Midlife? We're going to pay for it because we're going to stop giving our money and resources to Israel. We're going to stop starting wars in Ukraine. Bro, don't be confused, Calvin. We got more in common than you think. I want Medicaid for all. Europe has it. England has it. Canada has it. Israel has it. We need it. Do I want to go bankrupt because I need to get my bone spurs operated on like Trump? No. It's a shame. Do I want to worry about my mom needing some surgery and I got to work overtime and have a yard sale? Do I really want to have a yard sale to sell for surgery in America, where we give all of our money and doctors and wealth to other countries? Bro, I'm living in clown world. So that's what's up. Does someone want to say something? Usually when I talk about Medicaid for all, I lose subs, but I don't care, man. I got to speak the truth. For illegals, no. I want to have the National Guard on the southern border and spray them down with fire hoses. Don't even let them come close. a bottle of water, maybe give them a tent, and then give them a compass, or just say, look at this, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, figure it out, go south, right? Don't let them die. Let's make sure they're medically okay, but don't let them come into the border. No way. No way. And call me what you want. Call me, oh, you're racist, you're this, you're that. Pero la verdad es puedo hablar español porque tengo muchos amigos mexicanos. Entonces, sácala, way. That's what's up, baby. Okay, so don't even talk about it. Miss me with all that nonsense, and that's what's up. Let's get back to Daddy Trump. And that rant was beautiful, if I do say so myself. And I got no subs, but I'm going to keep going. Let's see what Daddy Trump says. Let's go. Here we go.
Because they lie so much. The jobs he created, almost all of them, almost 100%, people say more than 100%, went to illegal aliens. The other, remember this, the numbers sound good because they're called bounce back jobs. We had a pandemic, people were laid off, and then as soon, and this is common for ages, when a pandemic goes, you have bounce back the businesses. And had we not done what we did with money, probably some of you benefited, but we would have been in a 1929 style depression. We did it just right. The problem is they came in, they no longer needed money. We gave them a country that was fixed, and more people died during Biden. Think of that. Than died during us from COVID. Many more people died during them. But think of this. We gave them a country and they blew it because they took so much.
Yeah, one more thing. I'm going to speak the truth, even if it is, how shall we say, unfortunate or something you don't want to hear. Don't forget who